And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to World Team League 2023 Winter Code S Round 6, day number 3. We just wrapped up with the CranKy Gamings versus the Solid Twinkles, and now we are back with our second matchup with a highlight here. Oh my god. We are coming back from the bathroom. We're coming back from eating some food, and in the top left-hand corner, we have a Shopify Rebellion. It is soon to be one of the best Terrans in the world. It is ByuN.
Nice. And in the bottom right hand corner, for PSISTORM, this is Spirit.
Here we go again. The highlight here of the night: Shopify versus PSISTORM Gaming. Two teams that struggled in the summer season of WTL this year, but two teams that are now thriving in the winter.
I'll take your word for it.
They've been looking good, Spaffy. They've been looking good. I don't know if you saw the ELO, but like ByuN's been popping off. You know, the rest of his team have been supporting him as well. PSISTORM Gaming now new and improved with Spirit joining the ranks as well, joining MaxPax, and oh mate, the TVT, it's popping off. Yeah,
there's barracks everywhere. Spirit is going for a very standard 2-gas expand, factory expand, but ByuN's going to be going for a 2 racks, but only one of those proxied. This is a little bit unusual. It's something that I've seen him do. He was doing it on dragon scales quite a bit in the last map pool. It's a little bit cheeky, especially against an opponent that doesn't really scout. This can be a little bit annoying to deal with.
It can be annoying. Thankfully, Spirit isn't going for a Rax expand. I know that he's like known for being a little bit more economic and a little bit more greedy at times, but with a double gas opener, with a faster factory, he should be okay. But we'll see if ByuN can make some magic happen with these Reapers. Of course, they are his signature units, and if anyone can get damage done, it's going to be ByuN.
Yeah, for sure. First Reaper of Spirit's just going to be going out, checking out what's going on, trying to find a proxy 2 racks. Might get a little bit confused by this, to be honest, but I don't think he's going to be having too much trouble dealing with this.
Yeah, he does dip out. He does confirm the rack's location as well. He's aware that aggression is coming his way. He also attacked the racks, so ByuN is fully aware of what's going on, and he is pulling the boys. It looks like he does believe it is indeed a proxy 2 racks here. As yeah, both Reapers are coming in.
Yeah, Reaper's going to be coming in. Pretty nice micro coming out from Spirit. He has to get away from those Reapers as fast as he can, though. It looks like a couple of SUVs going to be, just one SUV going to be going down. So pretty nice micro from both players.
Very nice indeed. One SUV, some lost mining time to get to be fair as well. But Spirit is going to be holding on long enough to get his next unit out. It is not going to be a Hellion first. It's going to be a Cyclone from Spirit.
Okay, yeah, this is something I've been wondering about. Exactly how these new Cyclones do in this kind of situation.
Yeah, again, the Cyclones, they are quite fragile, but they can shut down these Reapers very quickly. There we go, one Reaper already going down.
Yeah, the one thing that does make it really scary is being able to confirm kills like that. But ByuN, he's already expanding behind this, so if he can just keep that pressure up on Spirit, he can at least slow Spirit from expanding. And yeah, it looks like Spirit is going to be going for that expansion on the high ground instead.
Oh, there we go, as we do have that CC on the high ground from Spirit, actually pretty far back as well, so it's going to take a little bit longer for it to float away, or to float towards that natural. Meanwhile, a bit of an overextension, a bit of mispathing here, as both Reapers will go down for Spirit.
That's a pretty bad mistake from Spirit there, and that does open up ByuN to be a bit more aggressive now.
Yeah, and now ByuN, he has map control. He can threaten the bases of Spirit that much more. Rax is going to be floating in for a scout, is going to confirm the army, the kind of army setup as well here from Spirit, as he does spot that factory as well.
Yeah, I think that might have just been a pathing mistake there from Spirit, but yeah. ByuN's still not looking too happy with how things are going, actually. I've seen him shake his head in the camera quite a few times now.
Yeah, I saw him shake his head after he killed the Reapers.
Yeah,
I was like, Papi, you should be happy. What's going on? What's happening?
I know that feeling. It's I'm really losing to this noob. What the hell?
He's not looking, Papi.
This is what you do when people aren't looking. You're like, oh, come on. If you're gonna beat me, at least play well.
You're not wrong. I do that. Oh god, but the Rax meanwhile it's burning down as it makes its way back home, and will it be able to make it in the end? I'm not too sure if it will. Regardless, we do see Spirit now going to be expanding, getting his natural base up and running, and yeah, we're just going to be settling in towards the mid game.
I like that ByuN realizing that he's not going to be able to save it, sends it
Yeah,
back. It's like,
yeah.
die a hero's death. At least if you're going to die, you're going to die on his half of the map.
The people in the Rax are like, you can just send it. You can save us, Poppy. You can say, no, 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 no. You're
Die a
getting back
hero.
out there. You're so brave, Rax. You're so brave. Copium.
ByuN being very aggressive though. He's going for this drop. Behind this, he's got a Liberator coming. He's got a few Cyclones going out the front. So he is really doubling down on the aggression here. And it's a little bit scary with so many Cyclones here.
Yeah, exactly. The Medivac does take a couple of hits. 2 SCVs go down. What's important as well is that ByuN does scout the third CC. A very fast third CC out of Spirit to make up for the delayed expansion, I'm sure. And that means the Spirit is looking to take a faster third base in general. ByuN, he responds by throwing down his own third immediately.
Yeah, and I mean, ByuN's not going to have access to Ravens the way that Spirit does. So I feel like it's going to be on him to get a little bit of aggression done, to kill a few workers here and there, and to make sure that Spirit's not able to push across the map.
Oh, yeah, definitely. As the aggression is still not stopping here for ByuN either. We do have a Liberator coming in towards the natural, zoning that Cyclone away as well, taking a couple of hits, but denying a lot of mining time. Likewise, the Raven just camping on top of this Medivac, just making sure it just does not get away. Nice tanking here from the Marines.
Yeah, that was very cute. It's a kind of a funny interaction now that the Cyclone can't outrange the Liberator there, but Spirit finds the perfect time when ByuN's just not really paying attention and doesn't focus fire the Cyclone. So that was very cute.
Yeah, very nicely done. Scan is going to reveal the production. Again, getting an eye on the CC, making sure it's not being lifted and landed on location. The other important thing to take note of is that we actually did go into a pretty big Raven opener. It's going to be 3 Ravens, and Interference Matrix has been researched. This is something else that I've noticed over the past couple of weeks, is that ByuN actually rarely gets Ravens and the new Interference Matrix in TVT. He's not quite too fond of it, and instead he just avoids it entirely. He goes into a drop-heavy style.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like it does make a little bit of sense, especially just knowing that if you do get aggressive early, that there's a bit of a delay to those interference matrices. But this is going to be Spirit's timing now, and those 3 Ravens are pretty scary once they build up more energy.
They are terrifying. Ooh, 1 Cyclone already going to be going down. You can see how fragile they are. It takes a couple of tank hits, and they will fall. So ByuN has to be very careful. Going to be landing his own third CC as well. His own third isn't quite an orbital yet, but at least it's on location, and ByuN is able to keep up with the economy of Spirit.
Yeah, there we go. And he does have the faster stim. He's going to have the faster combat shields as well. But it's going to have to be more of a drop-heavy style. And looks like Spirit recognizes that, and it's going to be playing things slowly.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go. ByuN looking to hit the field. As you mentioned, I do think that in a head-to-head fight, Spirit, he can take it. He can overpower and overcome ByuN. But ByuN isn't really going to allow that to happen just because of the constant drop harass here. We have an army towards the south. We have a drop towards the north as well. We're diving on in. We do get 1 Cyclone.
Yeah, Cyclone going to be going down to the Reapers. The Reapers just causing a bit of distraction here. They are pulling some units out of position. I'm a little bit surprised to see Spirit not sending more Vikings over to the dead space here. And there we go. There are going to be 2 there, but I mean, 2 against these 2 medevacs. Okay, quick reactions from ByuN. Nicely done.
Yeah, he does a pullback, shaking his head a little bit on cams once again here as his drop is denied. 2-2 on the way for ByuN. Sensor towers on the way, and we may just be settling into this. We do have another drop, though, into the natural base. It's going to deny quite a bit of mining time.
It's funny, ByuN expressing a lot of frustration in this game, but it's actually not in a bad spot. I mean,
yeah.
All of the map control that he's afforded himself with this faster stim has allowed him to get back into things.
Yeah, definitely. Like, he isn't looking too bad whatsoever. He gets 6 SCVs, by the way, with these Reapers, getting a surprising amount. Can he get another? He gets an 8th Reaper, sorry, an 8th SCV. Oh my god.
He wanted that SCV. That SCV in particular had to die. That's for sure. But the extra Raxes, they will be delayed a little bit. Yeah, eight Reapers and 8 SCVs in total. Not bad at all. And he actually has a really healthy lead now. I feel like that just kind of happened.
Yeah, it's pretty insane the amount of economic damage over time. You know, a couple of dead workers here and there, some lost mine time here and there, and ByuN is getting a 4cc on location. He's up 30 supply. We mentioned before, though, that this is, in a way, kind of inflated supply. Like, a lot of the supply is in Marines more so than anything, so we'll see if ByuN can make some magic happen here, bearing in mind that, of course, Ravens are still available for Spirit.
Yeah, I mean, Spirit still does have that trump card, so I feel like this push isn't that scary. There's going to be more than enough Raven energy to disable all of these tanks, so ByuN actually has to be really careful that he doesn't overextend here.
Yeah, likewise, so does Spirit. A couple of tank volleys do go off between both players, and ByuN is going to be rotating over towards that third base of trying to avoid that main army, even trying to come in from behind.
Yeah, ByuN playing very aggressively. It makes a lot of sense. He does really rely on he is going to have to rely on that aggression to make sure that those ravens don't cause a nasty siege from Spirit. And I do like how well he's got himself covered here.
Yeah, definitely. He doesn't commit to a fight, but he is in position nonetheless to even catch a move out or to eventually commit and try to push into some of these bases. Spirit now taking his fourth base quite later compared to his opponent, and here come the reinforcements. ByuN, oh my god, on the brink of maxing out even.
Yeah, ByuN playing incredibly aggressive here, and looks like Spirit did get put behind quite a bit as well, just by the
Oh,
extra defensive measures he had to take.
definitely, as we did have a dive in towards the main base, but ByuN does pull back just in time. Doesn't commit yet, but I'm sure he's waiting for the opportune moment, and here we go. He's stimming towards the fourth.
Yeah, big stim coming in on the fourth. There's going to be a huge anti-missile coming down on all of the units, but the CC goes down. So amazing move there by ByuN. That was such a great opportune moment to go in, and wow, the Marines going into the main as well at the same time.
Yeah, 10 SCV is going to be going down. The economy of Spirit is being crippled with a kill on the 4CC. There's no turning back from this. Auto shots will support. Good target firing on the Raven as well.
Yeah, amazing stuff from ByuN. He is just such a master of finding damage in these positions, and you can see the frustration from Spirit. He knew he was in a good spot in this game, but ByuN just piece by piece picking him apart, and it's all going wrong now.
It really is. As we drop towards the third base, two more tanks go down. We can just turn and fight. We have an anti-armor missile, but it doesn't even matter. Not anymore. And we do take control of the third base. Too many workers are going down, and Spirit is just, as you said, being pulled apart.
Yeah, the base gets completely annihilated. That fourth base already went down. Spirit has a very nice lead when it comes to the tanks, but it might not matter.
Yeah, what good are these tanks if we cannot close the distance, if we cannot get on top of the army here, as ByuN is just rallying everything across the map, trying to catch these tanks on siege, and he does!
Yeah, ByuN's just going to keep jumping on these tanks every time they try to move forward. That's beautiful movement by him. And Spirit, he knows that there is nothing that's going to get those tanks across the map. GG is called.
GG, well played. ByuN once again flexing his drop heavy style and TVT. Who needs Vikings and who needs tanks when you have man with gun?
Yeah, pretty crazy playstyle coming out from ByuN, but as soon as he sees that opening, he goes for it. And that snipe on that fourth was really the moment where it all started to fall apart for Spirit.
Yeah, it was crazy how that did turn out. So as a reminder from the beginning there, I took a big anti-armor missile to the face, and I was like, oh my god, like this fight is not going to go well at all. Spirit should be able to hold on. But he was so quick to just pivot away and focus down that CC as quickly as possible, and it went down in a matter of seconds. Spirit, he tried to repair, he did pull the boys, but it just was not in time.
Yeah, I mean, just super killer instinct coming out from ByuN. It's what we've come to expect from him, and it's going to give a nice lead to Shopify Rebellion.
Oh yeah, very nice lead here at the start of the series, but it's still the beginning of the series, and we have plenty of matches ahead of us, and we have a good opportunity here for Spirit to come back. Once again, we're going to be loading in to Al Capone.
Yes. I've seen this map a lot now.
Yeah. Again, it's a very popular map. Very popular map. I think we were getting some stats in the chat when it comes to ESL Masters, because I know they are tracking stats for their own events and for map picks and all that good stuff. And Alkione is one of the more popular maps in our new season of ESL Masters.
Yeah, checks out so far. I have so much hair on my mic. Something about the material for the cover on the mic just like attracts cat hair.
God. As in the bottom left, we have a Shopify ByuN.
The top right hand corner of the map for PSISTORM. This is Spirit.
Here we go. I think what's interesting, because there was a tweet recently from ESL SC2 where they were going over the maps, like they were talking about like how happy they are with the map pool, and it was like a meme template, and it's except except your Radisson station, because it has not been picked. Like there's just very few maps have been played on Radisson station. I want to say like a single digit, if that, a single digit amount on Radisson station. Yeah.
Yeah, we can throw that map under the bus. Not my favorite.
Oh my god. Well, that's also why though that I've mentioned this a couple of times. That's what I appreciate out of WTL though, because in this tournament, this is what we get to see the most because there are no vetoes. So we get to see quite a lot of Radisson Station, surprising amounts in WTL. So at least we get that variety, get a little bit of extra spice.
Yeah, that map reminds me of Aldi sardines.
What does I mean, okay, so how are Aldi sardines different from Woolworth sardines?
They're just a bit cheaper and worse.
That's just Aldi in a nutshell. That's okay.
Except for, when Aldi has those, I don't know what you call them, like the specials.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You go to the center of the store and they just have like tents and
Yeah,
like fridges
yeah.
and inflatable dart sets or something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's like, just randomly they just found some stuff in the warehouse and like, yeah, we'll just put this on a flash sale, just like a random
Yeah.
set of things. Yeah.
It's like Father's Day presents and it's like January. They're like, here's a 500-piece tool set for
Yeah.
Father's Day
Yeah. Let's
in
go.
January.
Let's go. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll be
Fun
honest, I
fact.
haven't had
Fun fact from production: Aldi in Poland actually sells a lot of like foreign stuff, like sweets from Germany or like stroopwafels from Netherlands and stuff like that. Fun fact.
It's like an international store. Yeah, here it's all just like really like value stuff and cheap, and
Yeah.
it has its place definitely. I'll be honest, I haven't had sardines in a very long time. Yeah, it's been years, Papi. It's been years.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever had sardines. I was trying to think of a smelly fish.
Okay. Like I said, sometimes like I just say things I don't even know.
Yeah. All the time.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like it's an acquired taste. Sardines. It's definitely
Okay.
acquired. 'Cause it's got a learning curve, or it's got like maybe not a learning curve, but it's got like a bar of entry, and the bar of entry is like just withstanding like the nature of a sardine, which is the smell and just like approaching it in general.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. But okay, Spirit getting a little bit aggressive. But wow, the micro from ByuN crushes that fight so easily with the Cyclone. It just guns down everything. And Spirit, he was looking to punish ByuN for going for the fast expand here, and it absolutely blows up in his face.
It's blown up. It's all in the face, Papi. And with that, ByuN, he's got a solid opener already here, getting away with the Rax expand. And we do see Spirit once again working towards those Ravens. Of course, it isn't over yet, but just a rough start here for Spirit.
Yeah, definitely. So he's already going to be a little bit behind in the workers here because of that. Usually going to be behind about, I think it's usually about 2 workers when you're playing a double gas against a fast expand. But at the same time, it's ByuN that's going to be getting aggressive on him.
Yeah, I mean, hey, he just killed a couple units for free. Right now, Spirit is vulnerable. We're going for the drop into the mineral line. We're looking to get an even greater lead here on the economy. One SCV goes down. A couple of SCVs, a mule as well.
Yeah, these Cyclones just tearing it through. The Medevac's in a little bit of trouble now, but should be able to snipe down this. Ooh, okay, not going to be sniping down the Cyclone. The Cyclone's going to be running through, trying to take down some SCVs here. It is eventually going to get surrounded and taken down. That Raven was getting a little bit spicy there, but I mean, there's all sorts of stuff going down. The interactions with these Cyclones now is so strange.
Oh yeah, it was wild. It was so close. So you could see that ByuN, he wanted it. He had his eyes locked onto that Raven. He wanted to try and snipe it. Didn't quite get it in the end, but did get 6 SCVs with that. ByuN takes an even greater lead here in the economy. Meanwhile, Spirit, to make up for that, has a faster third. A much faster third CC was thrown down from Spirit. He knows that he is a little bit behind, so he's looking to catch up.
Yes, New Cyclone feels like a very ByuN unit, but behind this, ByuN going straight into Vikings, so he might be looking to set up a slow sieging push here.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Viking production here already from ByuN. Something that we did not see from him in that previous game. We have a Liberator queued up to go into the natural whenever we do see a move out, whenever we see an opportunity to set move out as well. Stim on the way, double E-base as well. ByuN, he does want to get into that mass bio style again.
Yeah, definitely. So it does have that faster stim, but it's actually Spirit who looks like he wants to be setting up a push here.
Yeah, he's going to be moving out, at least trying to vie for control of the Zonaga. So far, still securely in control of ByuN. We'll see if that continues to be the case, though, as Spirit is going to be avoiding the Zonaga. He's going the long way across the map.
Yeah, these Vikings are not quite in the right position, so Spirit, depending on the timing here, could actually get some decent damage done. He's going for a Raven push. ByuN likewise got that Liberator just waiting for the perfect moment to go in.
Yeah, as we do see Spirit sneaking out, he does get spotted by the Marine. Now the jig is up. ByuN is aware he's going to be rotating over to keep up with this. The tank is within range of the gas geyser.
Yeah, we're going to take out this one gas geyser.
The Raven.
Maybe.
Oh
Maybe
my
not.
god. Potentially one Raven goes down. Liberator in the natural race of Spirit going ham. Likewise, Spirit also goes to the main base of ByuN as well. SCVs are falling, and that is a lot of lost mine time as well.
Yeah, great reactions from ByuN though. With so much going on, that was really nicely done to pull that back so quickly. And looks like he is finally cleaning up that Liberator that's in his base as well. So I think overall this was not a bad play by ByuN.
Oh, it wasn't a Spirit. He misses the Liberator. He got a lot of damage done, but it looks like maybe he did a move it across the map instead, and the Liberator somehow survives.
Yeah, he might have queued the attack and then queued it to move afterwards, and it just didn't acquire the target. But that's really bad because Spirit probably thinks that Liberator's dead.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably thinks it's been dealt with, which means it's going to be a massive surprise once it does reveal itself in a couple of moments, as we do see both players securing themselves on 3 bases. Decent economy. Once again, ByuN slightly ahead in those workers, and he's going to be finally pushing across the map.
Yeah, ByuN doing what ByuN does. He's just going to be getting crazy and getting aggressive in the mid game. It's what he loves to do. And already we see him starting to produce medevacs as well.
Yeah, we do see Vikings even going on the right-hand side. That potential to even go for some drop harass and try to get into some mineral lines. We have seen Vikings just annihilate SCVs in the past. And yeah, ByuN may be looking to do the same here, as it looks like he's going to come across something. Oh, the depot. Okay.
Yeah, Vikings kill buildings and SCVs really fast. So Vikings landing into the main while something else is happening can be really annoying to deal with.
Is that like a good reason for a Viking to kill a building really fast? Is that...
I mean, they don't kill anything else very fast, so why not?
Well, they kill workers, right? Probes and SCVs. I mean,
yeah, but not drones. I know.
True. Keep it that way. Oh god.
That'd be a good change, actually.
Oh, you're an animal, Puffy. You're an animal. I guess the reasoning to kill buildings quite fast is I guess to make them that much more potent against Protoss and shield batteries. Question mark. I don't know, but they're gonna go for another depot.
I think it only really comes into play against Terran, but yeah, it's gonna continue being annoying clearing out this depot. Spirit doesn't really want to have to keep dealing with this. He's very set on having that depot though.
Oh my god, simming quite a large force here to chase down these Vikings, actually. And okay, thankfully we do pull back around. I was a little bit concerned that Spirit would be out of position for the push, for the fight here that is about to occur. Thankfully, Spirit is racing back home with those Marines.
Yeah, great spotter there. That was really well positioned, and Spirit's going to be able to set up properly for this now.
Yeah, here we go. We see Spirit rotating around with those tanks. The Vikings are coming back in to kill a depot for a 3rd time. As, I was going to say they may even just ignore and go straight for the main base, as we do see ByuN still just making his way towards these center bases here. And he will not kill the depot this time. He was alive.
I do love when players get into these stubborn mini games, but looks like instead we're going to be going for a massive triple drop here. There's plenty of vision up there for Spirit, though. The Liberator finally comes back in. That is such an annoying time for that to be here.
Yeah, the freedom has arrived. 2 more SCVs do go down. We have a triple drop on the left-hand side. Spotted depot is going to be going down, but at least it has been spotted. At least Spirit is aware of the drop potential of his opponent. But can he keep up, as ByuN is max and Spirit is still working his way there?
Yeah, this spotted depot is really putting in work here, but behind this, it looks like Spirit hasn't been able to take a 4th yet, and ByuN's going up to a 5th. He is setting a blistering pace.
Yeah, exactly. He's just getting further and further ahead economically. 2-2's about to kick in for ByuN as well. Spirit a little bit behind when it comes to his own upgrades, so the Marine Army is going to be of high quality here of ByuN, and he's getting ready to push one forward to deny that 4th.
Yeah, I mean, Spirit's still holding this double drop as well, so he's got his own aces up his sleeve, but we do have the 2 prongs getting set up here by ByuN. He jumps straight on top of the 4th, going for that same move. Once again, is the repair in time? It's not. He does it again.
Oh my god, the deja vu is real. The 4th base does get powered down here, does get focused down by those Marines. There was just nothing that could be done. At the same time, we see a double drop into the natural base of ByuN, but he's in position. We have reinforcements, and the double drop is being cleaned up.
Yeah, and ByuN is massively ahead on bases now. The double drop does get cleaned up, does get pushed back, and more damage going into the main of Spirit. He's just getting pulled apart here by ByuN. Just the timing of all of ByuN's moves has been fantastic so far.
It really has. As Spirit is being pulled apart. 25 SCVs. The target firing on the workers is insane here. 27 SCVs do go down at the same time. ByuN is pushing towards the 3rd base of Spirit as well. It looks like there are tanks in position, but my god, that's a lot of DPS done to the base itself.
Yeah, Orbital almost goes down. We're going to be dropping a few Marines here behind the natural, and they're just going to be so annoying. Spirit finally getting a bit of a win back in his own column. Clears up all of these tanks, so not bad at all.
Yeah, a very big win, but doesn't matter
wow.
because we catch a couple of tanks. The rest of the army of ByuN collapsing here on Spirit. He does have to respect the tank line, though. That's a lot of tanks for Spirit, but he's zoned away from his 4th.
Yeah, ByuN is unrelenting. The 4th gets cancelled. Almost finished on location there. The 3rd, it is going to be landing back down. He can take it now, can Spirit. Now they just cleared out the tanks of ByuN, and he does have air control as well, so he should be able to secure this 3rd, but with 48 SCVs going down, I don't know if it's really going to matter that much.
Yeah, especially because ByuN, his macro is insane. He's making 16 Marines at a time. 3 3s on the way. A 6th and a 7th CC on the way as well. We have a triple jump on the left-hand side. Is going to be spotted by the Liberator, but ByuN, he's just not slowing down.
Yeah, it looks like the Liberator might be able to get away from this triple drop of Marines, but at the same time, jumping on this army in the middle of the map, ByuN does not want to let Spirit get sieged up, knowing that yeah, I mean, this is pretty much Spirit's only chance to win the game now.
His only chance, his only army remaining, but so many Marines go down. Only a handful do survive here. The Liberator still wreaking havoc across the map. Finally, is going to be shut down. The tanks are trying to move out. We're trying to get to ByuN's half of the map, but GG's going to get called. He won't make it, and ByuN will take the 2-0.
Yeah, ByuN just too active, too aggressive, and he dominates that TBT in impressive fashion.
Yeah, GG in very ByuN fashion, right? Like again, like ByuN, he's such an active player, especially in TBT. He just breaks the norms when everyone's going tank Raven. We see ByuN just going medevac Marine, and yeah, it's beautiful to see.
Yeah, that was a really cool game. That was fun, a fun TBT between those 2 players. ByuN not really one to sit back on tanks and Ravens and play the way that everyone who doesn't watch TBT thinks TBT is played. And now we're gonna have a banger of a ZVP.
There we go, and now we're getting into our next best of 2. Now, ByuN, of course, was the ace player for Shopify, and he is expected to lead the charge and lead his team. And now I can say the same for our next player, MaxPax, the ace player of PSISTORM Gaming, looking to fight back, looking to tie things up against his opponent.
Yeah, Shopify went from the ace player to the ace race, so it should be all right.
He's not Terran. What are you saying, Poppy? Lambo's not a Terran.
Ooh. What's that dive?
That's they had a rough season, okay? As we are getting ready here for our next best of 2, it is going to be Lambo versus MaxPax in a ZVP, and oh boy, it is going to be a bit of an uphill battle, especially on this map. It is, of course, going to be Radisson Station for game 1.
Okay. Oh, of course, I don't get to pick the first map in World Team League. I was about to say, if Lambo picked this as the first map, I think he's got something special in store, but he didn't. He didn't pick it.
Didn't pick it in the end. Interesting that Lambo decided to... So the maps are revealed ahead of time, and then the teams do pick players to field on specific maps. So very interesting that Lambo stepped up to the plate for Radisson Station. I mean, it's also possible that Harsum just wasn't available this week. Otherwise, potentially we could have seen Harsum come out instead. But I would like to believe that Lambo has something in store for us here.
Yeah. I reckon he might. I mean, Lambo's a very clever player. He's a very preparation-based player, especially against Protoss. So it's entirely possible that he's got something nasty in store, but I mean, MaxPax is really creative. I could imagine seeing him do some wild stuff on this map.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So typically the dynamic on this map is the Protoss is hyper greedy and the Zerg player is hyper aggressive, you know, just trying to slow down the greed in some way with Nidus play, with Dropper Lords, because otherwise the game will slow down and you'll be forced into late game. And if you're forced into late game on a map like this, it's just so difficult to pull apart the Protoss player and to cripple their economy. It is not an easy task for the Zerg, so I imagine that Lambo wants to try to avoid that scenario if at all possible.
Yeah, I think something involving queens and overlords. That's my guess.
That's not a bad guess. As here we go in the top right hand corner, we have a Lambo for Shopify Rebellion.
And in the bottom left-hand corner for PSISTORM, this is the Danish Prince MaxPax.
And Lambo already mixing things up a little bit here. He's going for a 15-15.
Yeah, it has become a bit more common for sure, especially on a map like this where you don't really want to be taking a different natural. As oh, while you were saying that as well, we've got Harstam in the chat saying maps get decided after the players get sent. So you send the player blindly in the spots and then the maps get announced.
Oh. Okay, interesting.
To avoid mirrors. That makes sense.
Yeah, interesting. I'm thinking back, was that maybe that was the case? I would maybe that was the case last season. I guess so. Okay, I forgot. Yeah. I'll be honest, I don't remember that being the case when we were fielding rosters, but I guess so.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Okay, so we are. So I guess the maps are chosen. No, yeah, you're right. Yeah. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
It is a new change. They are picked later on. As we are getting into the swing of things here, and yeah, it's going to be a 15-15 opener out of Lambo. He's into laying his gases for too long. I was curious if he was going to open up gasless here against MaxPax, but we do see the gas on the way here instead, and we are just getting into the swing of things.
Yeah, I mean, gasless would make sense on these maps with the pocket base, but I mean, if he does have a very particular build that he wants to go for as well, it does make a bit more sense to get the gas earlier. There might be, some kind of roach build into Queen Walk, anything like that. I don't know. I'm not actually really sure what's possible for Zerg on this map against Protoss.
Yeah, like
everything I've heard is just give up, apparently.
And we've casted Dark a couple of times, we've casted Serral a couple of times on this map, and we have seen a lot of gaseous openers, whether it's on Golden or on Radisson Station as well. But it looks like Lambo isn't going in that direction, is taking a bit of a faster gas himself to allow himself to get into something like link speed or maybe even a faster lair timing as well. Options are available here for Lambo.
Gotcha. What food does this map make you think of? Getting like cinnamon vibes. Like
cinnamon?
Yeah, like you know those like Portuguese custard tarts with like the cinnamon on top?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think this map's a custard tart.
I understand what you're saying, like visually, right? You look at the mini map and it looks wholesome, Bobby. It looks tasty. Also, there was no link speed and we are rushing into lair. I did notice we reached 100 gas and we did not have link speed, Bobby. So Lambo is looking to spice things up indeed. With the fast lair time, we have a couple of things available to us depending on how many gases we take. Obviously, a Nidus is a possibility. If we take even more gases, we could maybe go into 2-base Muta or 2-base Spire play. Are you feeling Nidus?
I'm a little bit worried for him if it is going to be like a Link Queen Nidus or something like that. With the extra gases being taken, I don't think so. But yeah, it's a Void Ray first for MaxPax, so hopefully it's not a Nidus.
Yeah. I mean, with all these gases being taken, you're right. This should be either Hydras or a Spire, one or the other. Both are viable options here. Usually 2-base Hydra is with 3 gases, not 4. That's one thing that I will say about this. So it is looking more likely to be a Spire, less likely to be a Hydra Den, as we still don't have a third. That's the other peculiar thing about this build here, as we have 2 more Stargates.
Oh.
Let's go. Oh my God! Eric, is that you? That's an infestation pit.
What is happening right now? What What happened to StarCraft? I haven't been away for that long.
You're like, I've been gone for a
Is
month.
this Night of
What's going on?
Swarmhost?
Yeah, it's Night of Swarmhost. Let's go.
Oh, God. Why, we've been transported into a Diamond Ladder game. The
Let's
names have been
go.
replaced. It's that YouTube series. I can't remember what it's called.
Let's go, Poppy. It's yeah. I don't know what it's called either, but you know what I'm talking about.
I think it's
Now,
Noobs in
Haribo Bear.
Disguise.
yeah, there we go. Noob in disguise. As we do see of course, the Void Ray going to be rotating around. MaxPax, he has recognized that the third base has not been taken. Alarm bells should be flaring here. We're going into Mass Phoenix. Nidus, though, is on the way on the other side of those rocks, and we are looking to lay siege upon that pocket.
This isn't just alarm bells. This is like a siren, and the siren's screaming, and it's saying, "You are breaking the law. You are breaking the law." I'm not really sure who's breaking the law more, though. I think MaxPax.
Oh my god. I mean, I would say Lambo, but here we go. We do have the first wave of Locusts heading towards that pocket base, going straight for the mineral line, I imagine. At the same time, another Nidus Swarm being thrown down on the left-hand side. The Phoenixes are here, and we are going to be picking up the Locusts.
Oh, there's as many Phoenixes as Locusts. Man, MaxPax is too good.
Oh
He's
my
actually just
God.
too good.
It's insane. The Void Rays are coming from behind, and we're going to be able to shut down the Queens.
This is insane. I mean, how is he so on top of this? This response is fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. All three Queens go down. Sorry, but there's a fourth Queen. The Void Ray will fall. We cannot do anything about these spores. And with these spores finishing up, we cannot take down the Nidus.
Yeah, we can't. The damage is starting to stack up on those units, but Swarm Hosts are getting taken out. Queens are getting taken out as well. The spores will finally finish up, and that's a very aggressive Nidus coming in as well.
Yeah, at the same time, Lings, they managed to bust into the main base. Nidus in the main is also going to be finishing up as well. Can we somehow get on top of the production? Could we even focus down the Stargates or even the pylons here as the Nidus does finish up? But there are no Swarm Hosts in it. Instead, we go straight for the natural, and a lot of workers are going down.
Yeah, Lambo is swarming all of the bases, and with all of those Lings coming in, the Phoenixes don't feel like such a good idea anymore. I mean, they're really good against the Locusts, against the Swarm Hosts, but as they start to run out of these energies for lifts, Lings could get real nasty.
Oh, they really can. 31 probes going down. We are going for the pylon, by the way. A bit of an Artosis pylon powering up those Stargates, and it looks like two of them will be depowered. A couple of Void Rays have popped out, but the damage has been done.
Yeah, a lot of damage going down. It's worth pointing out, though, the Lambo isn't actually that far ahead on workers. While he has taken out the key production here, he does still need to deal the finishing blow.
He's going for the Nexus, and we do have a massive lift here on these Locusts. Can MaxPax survive? Can he hold on to his base? The Overcharge will keep the Nexus alive. Oh my god.
Overcharge coming in just in time. There's an Infester. What is this Infester for?
Is this like...
Is he going to fungal the Phoenix?
Man, I was about to say, you know how we have like... Oh no, wait, we're committing. Okay, I was going to say, you know how we have like token Swarm Hosts, like in ZV matchups where they just one randomly gets made? I was like, are we just making a random Infestor? But no, two of them are coming out to help deal with these Phoenixes.
Oh, that is very cool. I mean, if that comes out as a surprise, that could be devastating. These probes are just not having a good time right now either.
Oh my god. 13 more additional workers are going to be going down here for MaxPax. The Swarm Hosts are still standing strong. 47 in total. And here comes another massive Locust wave.
Yeah, huge wave of Locusts is coming in here. I don't think MaxPax has enough Phoenix here to deal with that. And they're going to be getting on top of this Nexus. I don't think there's going to be overcharge either. This could get pretty close.
It is going to get close. We do have an overcharge available, trying to keep this alive. The Void Rays are going ham as well. And it looks like the Nexus will survive just barely.
Yeah, only just survives, even with the overcharge.
Oh my god. But how it's going to survive another wave. Meanwhile, we're still just making more Phoenixes. Again, we cannot engage with these Swarm Hosts, not with all these Spore Crawlers in position, but with the Infestors are in position to help support, looking for those Fuggles.
Yeah, the Infestors are here. I do think Lambo needs to start being a little bit more careful to sync up all of these Swarm Hosts together. There's a lot of pressure on him now that those Void Rays are out, but he is starting to crawl forward the Spore Crawlers. He's putting pressure on the other side of the map as well.
Oh my god, massive fungal on the Phoenixes, but only a single fungal available. The Swarm Host, the Locust Wave, it does manage to crash on in, and we should have enough DPS to focus down. It should go down, but no, we're going for probes.
Yeah, it looks like maybe a little bit of a misclick there by Lambo.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if that was intentional. Lambo is still 2-base all in with that infestation, but he's going for 2-base hive actually, and he's going for the gold.
Oh my goodness, and there's no way MaxPax is holding this right now. I really thought he was doomed, but this game, it's starting to look a little bit closer.
Yeah, it's not looking too bad here. These next are both so incredibly low. We're going for probes once again, and one, even almost two of them going to be going down. Once again, MaxPax, he's barely holding on, but there's no fleet beacon. There's no way to get into Tempest either, and here we go. Finally, the space should go down. The overcharge, it shouldn't be enough.
The giant wave is here. The overcharge is here as well. So many lifts going down. It's just enough here from MaxPax. He is holding on, barely holding on.
This feels illegal. How many locust waves have we sent at these bases and they just refuse to die? They refuse to go down.
This is absolutely insane. The hive is almost finished here for Lambo. What will be the next step here?
I'm feeling Vipers right. If we get the Powerbomb Fungal combo, then we can shut down the Skytoss army of MaxPax. And there it is. We have 2 Vipers on the way, or 1 Viper in production. Fleet Beacon also on the way. And it looks like finally we have another Locust Wave coming in. We're going for probes.
Yeah, we are going for probes. Lambo not falling for the sunk cost fallacy here. He isn't going to be going so desperately after these Nexus, but I'm desperate to see one of these go down.
We've been edging, Papu. We've been edging for like a solid 10 minutes right now. We want that climax. We want the base to fall. Big fungal here once again on those Phoenixes. But we need more than just fungal. We need those parasitic bombs. And once again, the Locust Wave goes down.
Yeah, the Locust Wave goes down. The Nexus is not falling. MaxPax starting to add batteries, starting to add cannons even closer to this base. He doesn't want to allow the gold base mining. But Lambo here starting to take extra bases as well. Taking his 3rd back at home too.
It is going to be on the way back at home. Finally, Lambo going to be taking another expansion. He is trying to take advantage of this gold base as well. Another Locust Wave coming in towards the right-hand side. Not the most committed Locust Wave. I appreciate that MaxPax isn't overreacting to this.
Yeah, I really like that MaxPax is starting to add on these batteries and cannons as well. But as you were saying before, the Vipers, they are here. They are gaining that energy right in front of MaxPax. Big fungal. And can we get the Parabomb going down as well?
Oh, we do get 1 Parabomb on the army, but a quick split out of MaxPax. He avoids the damage. He keeps the Nexus alive just barely once again. And I believe the Fleet Beacon did finish. We don't see eyes on the production tab, but we should be seeing some Tempests on the way. They would be ideal in this position to lay siege upon the army. There we go. 3 Tempests at a time.
The pressure coming out from Lambo, though, is absolutely insane here. And MaxPax being forced to deal with so many things at once, having to lift up individual locusts while also trying to deal with the Parabomb and Fungal at the same time.
Yeah, speaking of, there's another fungal in the army, a parasitic bomb as well, but a quick split out of MaxPax going to be avoiding disaster. Oh, a lot of damage being done, though.
Yeah, a lot of damage being done. The Nexus getting low again. Is he going to be trying to get the finishing blow? It's so close, but that Nexus will not go down.
Oh my god. He's teasing us, Pappy. Meanwhile, 1 Infestor goes down. Now, there is opportunity here for abductions, for yoinks on the Tempest. So likewise, MaxPax has to be very careful. It's going to be a delicate dance with these Tempests upon this army here as we're waiting for another Locust Wave. We're going for that pocket.
My goodness, the Tempest, they might just be the finishing blow here. It looks like Lambo is thinking about maybe yoinking a few in there, but we're up to 5 Tempests already. There's so many Void Rays too. The massive Locust Wave is going to be coming in. I think we're going to be seeing the Nexus go down finally.
Finally, the Nexus should go down. There's so much DPS, and it looks like it will fall.
Oh. I thought he wasn't going to do it. It really seemed like he wasn't going to do it.
13 minutes. We lasted too long, Pappy. Too long. Unreasonable. As here we go. We do have an extension. A ninja base in the top left-hand corner from MaxPax.
Yeah, we have more Tempests being added. Mothership being added as well. I think we might slowly be getting into that kind of Tempest count that Lambo just can't deal with, but he has just been so many steps ahead so far. I love this by MaxPax. Going to be sending the Void Ray as a little bit of hit squad to the main, and I'm not sure if Lambo can deal with that right now.
Yeah, this is huge. Like, again, this entire game, MaxPax has been contained on his 3-base economy here. Rocks are being knocked down. Another Locust Wave is coming in, denying that pocket base, but at the same time, Lambo has nothing at home to defend, and this Void Ray maneuver, it could be the game-winning blow.
Oh, that's very cute. Okay. Hi, Lambo. We see you.
MaxPax overextending a little bit there. Some fancy moves out of Lambo, but here we go. The Void Rays, they have arrived. They focus down the Spore, and they can focus down the hatcheries. everything
They're
really.
going to be going after the Queen, after the hatchery, after these spores as well. This is something that if you played a lot of Zerg in the last 2 years, you've probably seen a bit of this before.
Oh, it's 2021. As the natural base is going to be going down, Lambo is double expanding, though. He does have a backup couple of hatcheries on the way on the right-hand side. Meanwhile, the Tempest are wreaking havoc on the army as well. This gold did fall.
Another massive locust wave coming in, but there is just so much firepower in the air now. So many cannons and batteries on the ground as well. I mean, these locustators do not know what to do with themselves anymore. The Vipers are getting sniped down too by the Tempest now, and I think these almost are finally going to be taken down.
Yeah, massive fungal and powerbomb combo on the Phoenixes, but it's not about the Phoenixes, not anymore. It's about the Void Rays and the Tempest as we annihilate the main army. MaxPax, he breaks free from his contain, is snowballing out of control. There are Hydras on the way, but we have plenty of Void Rays.
The sweet release of finally taking down those Stormhosts, and now there are just Hydras, there are drones everywhere, but this air army of MaxPax is so formidable, and I don't think Lambo can form a defense.
Yeah, the release in Denmark, it's over. It's December, papi. Yes. November has ended. We have Queens going down the Hydras as well. We dive on top of the Vipers, and there is just nothing left to withstand against the Protoss army. It was a good effort, a damn good build coming in from Lambo, but GG gets called, and MaxPax will take game number 1.
That was absolutely insane. That's my game of the year so far. That was bonkers.
That was crazy again. Oh my god, imagine a world if the natural base and the third base had died any sooner, right? Like, it was so close, so clutch that Max was able to hold on to them for so long. There's definitely a world out there, any lesser player, and those bases would have fallen minutes ago, so long ago, and then suddenly Lambo gets more momentum. Suddenly MaxPax's economy is hindered quite hard, actually, cutting his economy in third, or even worse than that, and you get a different game.
Yeah, I mean, MaxPax's economy was already ravaged. When those Lings got into the main from Lambo and he was attacking the natural at the same time with the Locust, I thought there was no way the MaxPax lives. He had, what, like 8 or 9 Phoenixes, nothing else. His Stargates got depowered. He was having to lift individual Locusts to survive with a shield battery overcharge. That was bonkers. I don't know how he survived that at all. That was really impressive player.
Insanely impressive here out of MaxPax. I mean, once again, he has a reputation for being just a brick wall, you know. He's kind of stripped that away from Showtime, and MaxPax's defense is just so insane here in so many matchups, and for him to survive that from Lambo is crazy. And I hope Lambo isn't feeling too disheartened after a game like that. I could imagine a bit of smudge creeping on in, and I hope he's feeling good. I hope he's able to recover here getting into game 2.
Yeah, I hope he had some fun. And he came out with a build that it was a really good build for the map as well. I can definitely see how that map is pretty abusable for that. But we're going to be having Equilibrium as the second map. That's going to be what Lambo's picked here. So what's he got in store for this map? I didn't really think of this as a map that would be necessarily like very Zerg favored.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I do imagine it's just because of the amount of bases, the gold base as well. Lambo, he could even try to take the gold a little bit earlier than just a third or a fourth. He could try and sneak it out a little bit faster. We'll see. But as you did mention, this is a very common map amongst Zerg players.
Yeah, okay. It's going to be super interesting. As we saw in that last game, both of these players are incredibly brainy, creative players. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that again, but I think we are going to be seeing something cool.
Oh, yeah. And here we go. We're getting into our next game, and in the top left-hand corner for Shopify Rebellion, it is Lambo.
And in the top right-hand corner here for PSISTORM, this is MaxPax.
Here we go, and oh my god, again, like, mad props to Lambo as well. We were kind of theorizing coming into game 2, like, Lambo's got to have something special in store for Radisson Station just because of the nature of the map. You cannot get into a standard game there, not against Protoss, but even that wasn't enough, so we'll see if we can make some magic happen here instead on Equilibrium.
Yeah, I feel like we're going to be seeing a bit more of a standard start, but okay, Lambo going to be taking the gold as the natural, so I mean, isn't really the kind of player who's going to let up any kind of opportunities like this. I do remember seeing him on other goal-based maps, always going for stuff like this.
Yeah, exactly. And we were kind of alluding to it earlier, leading into Equilibrium, how this goal base is commonly taken as a third or as a fourth, but you do have the option to be even more aggressive here as a Zerg player to take it as your natural. And we'll see how aggressive Lambo plans on being. Now, you do have to be careful because there are a lot of options from MaxPax to be able to harass and punish this gold with Adepts and with Oracles. And you are going to be spreading yourself very thin as a Zerg player, especially with your Queens to defend both locations at once, both your gold and your main.
Yeah, definitely. If we see a more standard Oracle Adept player coming out from MaxPax, it's going to be annoying to deal with getting those queens between the two bases. Yeah, I wonder if we see MaxPax take the gold himself, but it's pretty normal so far.
Yeah, so far MaxPax's build is quite normal. We do have the Maynard over towards that gold base, and Lambo is going to be able to get it up and running. Again, it's going to be on MaxPax to first scout this and then attempt to punish this as well. Just allowing this to run free and one wild is not gonna be really an option here for MaxPax, as Lambo's economy is gonna have quite a boost.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, we're gonna have our fingers crossed here if we're Zerg players that Lambo wins this game, because this is gonna be a YouTube guide if he does.
God. I mean, regardless, I feel like even if he loses, I'm sure Harsam is going to be all over these replays, and content is going to be made regardless. The viewers are going to rejoice. It's going to be
sure. Yeah, I feel like that's not the last time that previous game is going to get casted.
Oh, no, 100%. That was beautiful. That was... I know at the moment, the other community casters like Rotterdam or like Wardy, I think they're all covering ESL Masters at the moment. But I'm sure there are going to be some catch-up streams. I'm sure they're going to be all over this series, especially Shopify versus PSISTORM is already a high-profile matchup. And yeah, we've had some amazing games so far.
All right. Gold's going to get spotted here. Pretty solid defense so far by Lambo, so he will be absolutely fine apart from a bit of a mining time. And it's going to be up to MaxPax to try to respond.
Yeah, exactly. As we do see MaxPax just working on pretty standard follow-up himself. Oracles, Adepts are on the way. He now knows that the pressure is a little bit on him to get damage done and to try to cripple the economy of his opponent. And we'll see how Lambo is able to split up between his bases.
Yeah, so no 3 Stargates coming out from MaxPax this time.
Not yet. Don't count it out yet. Don't count it out for Equilibrium. As the Oracle's making its way towards the main, we do have a Spore in the way in the main base as well. 2 Queens here at the gold, and we are in position. We should be able to fend off this Oracle. Oh.
A nice little bit of damage coming out from MaxPax there, taking advantage of the lack of Spore. And behind this, he did cut a few gateway units just to get the faster third as well.
Yeah, not just a faster third. Do you know what I see? I see a Twilight Council, and I do not see a Forge. MaxPax, he could be looking to go into a Glaive Adept follow-up.
Yeah, it would definitely make a lot of sense. MaxPax has a really strong 4-gate glaives. That's not exactly what this is, but any kind of glaives play when the bases are split from each other like this is way harder to deal with.
Yeah, and there we go. We have glaives in production for MaxPax. As you were mentioning, just because of the base layout, it makes perfect sense to go for this build to punish Lambo. And so far, this is unscouted. So to kind of put this into context, because of the way that this opener has been playing out, Lambo's in the dark. Everything looks normal with the third base timing from his opponent, and Lambo, he is still unawares of the glaives coming his way.
Yeah, some good pressure coming out from MaxPax, just really taking advantage of how split up all the bases are. It's going to be a quick recall too.
Yeah, 2 Adepts are going to be going down, but 2 others do manage to make it back home. 4 drones did fall, and as the observer's pointing out, again, we still do not see a scout. Lambo, I believe, has an overlord towards the northern portion of the map, so he could try to dive into the main, but even if he did, the tech is at the natural, not the main base.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like this is going to get scouted. MaxPax already preparing the follow-up as well, so this is going to hit pretty hard. It's fast +1 coming out from Lambo. I don't think he's over... Oh, never mind. I was saying that I don't think he's over drone just yet, but he just adds on a few more drones here. So looks like he is playing against as if it's just standard player.
Yeah, thankfully there is a safety Roach Warren. The Roach Warren is at the goal base, and there we go. We have a Roach on the way here. The Adepts are revealing themselves. Now Lambo's aware of what's going on. Now he should be preparing back at home. Immediately a wave of Roaches in production.
Yeah, good aggression to piece this together. Saves himself a lot of trouble by finding out on MaxPax's side of the map.
Exactly, exactly. So he has a couple of precious seconds available to actually prepare back at home. We have a spine crawler on the way in the main. You can see how seriously Lambo is taking this. Meanwhile, we're splitting off these adepts. We have a couple in towards that gold base. We have a couple pushing towards the natural, but the roaches are keeping up. Up.
Yeah, this is for real, as we do have those adepts trying to get on top of the drones. A few drones going to be going down. Some nice focus fire coming out from MaxPax.
Yeah, good focus fire, but again, the roaches are keeping up, and we aren't really sustaining too many losses or too heavy losses here. For Lambo, still only 6 workers, but oh, now damage is being done. Oh.
Yeah, and Lambo cancels the Spire, remakes it. It gets scouted again.
Oh. Yeah, it is going to get scouted, and that's 11 drones going down. Finally, damage was done at that natural base. The oracles are still marauding around as well. Lambo, he still has a decent economy, but it is a little bit brutal that his Spire was scouted.
Yeah, especially after going for that little mind game there. And MaxPax's follow-up to this is so clean. I mean, he's transitioning before these attacks even start. He's got Blinker +1 well on the way, extra gateways coming down, as well as protection in the main. So he's just playing this extremely cleanly.
Yeah, he really is. And I mean, for the time being, Lambo is just going to be droning on up. We've got +2 on the way. His opponent working towards double Robo Colossus production, actually. I'm curious if MaxPax did actually click on the Spire. I know that he saw it, but he may have thought it was maybe a Spore or another Spine Crawler. We haven't seen any Phoenix production, despite, seeing the Spire and being aware of the potential for mutas.
Yeah, I think he did put some cannons and batteries around just to deal with that, but looks like he at least has some idea that Lambo might not necessarily commit to it. I do really like the double robo play, even after seeing the Spire. That's really ballsy.
It's very brazen, Poppy. Very powerful play here. And we can see that the main base is exposed. It looks like we only have cannons and shield batteries at the fringe bases, which is standard. So he may not have actually clicked on that Spire. No additional stalkers. They're all at the fringe bases as well. There's potential for damage.
Yeah, a few extra mutas being made here, so they are coming in at a very off time.
They are, as we do see some adepts moving out for MaxPax, just trying to find some damage, just trying to keep Lambo busy as well. Mutas are still on the way, and we'll see if they can cripple the economy of MaxPax. We'll see if Lambo can get himself ahead with those mutas.
Yeah, nice little bit of damage coming out from MaxPax there. Muta's going to be coming on in. That main is looking very bare, and not that many stalkers either.
Yeah, again, I don't think he did click on that Spire, and there we go, the mutas. They dive into the main base, they get on top of the mineral line as well. Probes are going down.
Yeah, quite a few probes going down. The Stalker's going to be blinking back underneath those mutas, but they can get on out of there. It's something we've been seeing Dark doing quite a lot in this matchup, and it looks like Lambo believes in it as well.
Yeah, at the same time, we have a massive link counter-attack. We're going for the Nexus itself, and the force fields are going to zone away the roaches, but the base will go down. Lambo, this time, he's killing the bases, Poppy. He's not letting them live.
Yeah, not enough firepower here for MaxPax. He is reduced down to 3 bases, and Lambo looking pretty good here, especially with that muta count growing.
Yeah, exactly. And here we go. The mutas, they dive on the army.
Wow.
They focus down the sentries even, going for the Immortals and the Colossus thereafter. But it looks like it isn't going to be quite enough here to break the army itself, but we do force another cancel.
Yeah, those were beautiful force fields by MaxPax.
Ooh, yeah, did avert disaster, did keep the ground army of Lambo at bay, but Lambo is still maxed out. He still has map control as well. Lambo, he is struggling to get a 4th base.
Yeah, definitely struggling there as those Banelings are finishing up. We're just having the pressure continuing to be put on by Lambo. Finally getting a few Phoenix out as well, but Lambo does have to be careful. I mean, he does have the economic lead while MaxPax can't get this 4th up, so I think it would be wise to not throw away too many units here.
Yeah, exactly. As the mutas, they just dive into the pocket, into the natural base as well. So many more probes going to be going down. The Stalkers, they're struggling to keep up. 19 probes going down in total here as the mutas do just, they can turn around. They can just fight the Phoenixes.
Yeah, quite a few mutas going down there. It's good movement by MaxPax, but Lambo firmly in control of this game so far.
Yeah, he really is. At the same time, his ground army does punish the 4th base once again for a 3rd time, just containing MaxPax to these 3 bases. We focus down a Colossus as well. Oh my god, and Lambo is coming in towards the south.
Yeah, that is a nice pick off there. And the main thing that he's doing here is just not allowing MaxPax to take a 4th.
Exactly. That's all he has to do. Just contain the opponent to 3 bases. There's no rush. There's no need to overextend and force your way into the natural or the third base. Just contain here. That is the win condition for Lambo as he's taking on up. He's working on +2, +1 range as well. Could even look to transition into Hydra Lurker. But for now, he's relying on his mutas. And for now, they're doing amazingly.
Yeah, Mathling Bane with it as well. This is really cool. I like this style. I do think that the Mathling Bane, obviously, it's going to have a bit of trouble with the Colossus, but the Mutas can snipe down that Colossus once MaxPax does decide to commit to a fight.
I mean,
Sorry, Lambo commits to a fight.
Yeah, we already saw one Colossus going down. May as well see another as well. Once again, the Mutas heading towards that natural, just looking to pull apart his opponent. The Baileys have been spotted on the left-hand side. They will go down, but the Mutas, they do get 9 more workers in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, nice job by Lambo, just continuing to keep that pressure on, and MaxPax, he is hurting. He drops beneath 40 workers here. He does have what he needs now, basically, to defend this army, and I do worry a little bit for Lambo if there's very good force fields protecting these Banelings, but the timing is good.
Timing is good. Decent stasis trap as well. The Baileys, they do crash into the mineral line. 14 probes go down, and we crash into the main army as well. Barely any stalkers do remain, and MaxPax, he survives, he holds on. But Lambo, he can just remax.
Yeah, probes are going down, stalkers are going down as well. MaxPax down below 30 probes. His army's not bad at all, but he's going to have to attack now.
He needs to. There's no other way about this. There's no macking out of this. As the wall is not a wall. The Lings, they flood into the natural shield battery. He's going to be going down to the probes there soon after. And MaxPax, he's still just stuck at home.
Yeah, I mean, the key thing with these Ling Run buys is they just keep MaxPax back at home. So Lambo, he is going to be taking the win, and he gets a 1 back on the board there with a very exciting couple games.
Let's go. GG. Well played. Lambo, he will be able to take game number 2 off of the back of the Muta play. And we were lamenting. We were like, oh my god, it's such a shame that MaxPax was able to get eyes on the Spire. You know, he's going to be able to get ready for it. Clearly, he did not click on the Spire. He may have just assumed that it was a Spine Crawler or a Spore Crawler. And with that, the Mutas did manage to get out of control. They were the MVPs there for Lambo.
Yeah, it looks like it just didn't register for whatever reason, and now we have Scarlett with 2 match points to take down at Gerald and get the win for Shopify.
There we go. Good that you bring that up. Of course, up next is Scarlett versus Gerald. Scarlett needs one win on the board here to win it all for Shopify Rebellion. Gerald, he needs the 2-0 to force the ace match.
It's going to be a tough ask, definitely. Scarlett, especially when she's in top form, can be one of the best players in the world here. So I do think it does kind of come down to which version of each of the players have turned up today. But I mean, with ESL where it is already, the ESL Masters where it is already, I feel like everyone's in pretty good form at the moment. Everyone's kind of peaking right now.
Oh yeah, we're all peaking, Papi, and Geralt is as well. Geralt has been looking very impressive over in his own region, has been improving so much over the past month or so, and so is Scarlett. So yeah, it is going to be a little bit difficult to call. Overall, I do favor Scarlett in this series, I want to say, but I don't want to count Geralt out. And I think the most difficult thing, though, is the fact that he does have to 2-0. I want to believe that he can take a game, 100%, but 2 games, he really has to turn it on.
Yeah, for sure. We're going to have to see something pretty creative. I know Scarlett, she does have her troubles with Protoss at times, so maybe some cheeky adept builds or some Stargate all-ins.
He can be quite cheeky, and yeah, we're just going to be getting ready for that final series. Another important thing to take note of is that if Gerald does 2-0, and if we do force the ace match, and if we do force our ace players out, sure, we can pick between the players that we currently see, but we can also pick between anyone on the roster as long as they're available. And hey, if Harsim's in the chat, we could even see some Harsim tonight. We could even see the captain come out for the ace.
Yeah, true. Depending on the map. Could be a good idea.
It could happen, Bobby. It could happen. Again, the maps are predetermined. The players have had quite some time or a number of days here to get ready for them. And if we do end up in that scenario, I'm just quickly double checking. I believe the map is going to be on. The map is going to be on Alcyone.
Cool. I don't really know if that factors in.
Al Capone, Bobby. Oh.
All right, looks like, yeah, Scarlett in good form in World Team League. Do you remember who she played against last week?
I do. So Scarlett actually played against TY. It was Shopify versus the Kwangdong Freaks, and Scarlett looked damn good against TY. It was a good performance. 2-0, Pop. 2-0.
Ooh, very nice. Cool. It sounds like she's in good form. And Gerald, what's his wall doing so close to his chair? What is going on?
I know. Look, we need to like create like a forum. We need to poll the people
What
because
the hell?
I remember KJ.
Nah. No facial hair, no back cave. What's going on?
I know. The attic room is gone. The mustache is gone. What's going on, Pop? I remember last week we were casting, and I think KJ, the
What
owner
the
of
hell?
PSISTORM, was in the chat. And I think he was like, "I'll find out for you, Pop. I'll find out what's going on because the iconic room of Geralt, it's gone."
I don't want to know what's going on. I want it to be fixed.
Oh no, what has been happening? So either Geralt, he's had enough of us just like peeking into his room and just like always looking at his bed and what he's got going on, or he's moved. I don't know.
As here we go, spawning in the top left-hand corner for Shopify Rebellion. This is Scarlett.
And spawning in the bottom right hand corner, we have her opponents. We have the PSISTORM Gaming. It is Gerald. Yeah, we go. And I do see in the chat, thank you for letting us know. Apparently, Harsum is playing in ESL Masters at the moment. So he is otherwise preoccupied and busy with his own series. So hopefully he does wrap up in time for the ace if we get there. If he... His team may need him, Papi. But for now, we're getting into our third best of two here into our ZVP.
This map looks like a pistachio.
What?
Yes.
A pistachio?
A pistachio.
Pistachios are green?
Yeah.
What am I thinking of? Oh, the inside is green.
Yeah.
When I think of a pistachio, I think of like the outer shell, you know, the brown outer shell.
No, don't eat that.
Oh, I've been doing it wrong, have I? Oh,
Yeah. Don't eat that part.
I understand. That's too late now. As we have a very interesting opener here out of Scarlett. We're going to be going for a hatch pool, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, no, hatch gas pool. Okay. Standard opener out of Scarlett. Force take the unnatural natural. Likewise, standard opener out of Geralt as well. Now, when you say it looks like a pistachio, is it like before when you've never eaten like a sardine? Like, have you eaten a pistachio?
I've eaten so many pistachios.
Okay.
I've eaten more pistachios than you've ever seen.
I believe you. Oh my god. It's like is it your favorite nut? If you had so many, have you had so many just because it's affordable, or like what's?
Oh yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. I feel like there's different nuts for different jobs. Like, a macadamia is really good, but like I wouldn't eat them on their own. And then walnuts are good. Walnuts are like the best like dopamine. Like they're the best task nut.
Yeah,
they're a little bit harder to open, but like it's always worth it.
Exactly. You know, once you crack open a walnut, it's like opening like a booster pack in Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a cold walnut and it goes epic walnut. Yeah.
Legendary. Yeah.
Legendary. Gold legendary. Yeah.
It's good. It's good. Yeah.
Exactly how opening walnuts works.
I'd like to believe so. As the observers, of course, pointing out, we have a very aggressive opener. Geralt, he is not going for a Stargate. He's going for a Twilight Council opener. Instead, the Robo is on the way. We have not quite pulled out a gas. This could either be Glaive Adepts, or we could even go for something like a Dark Shrine.
Yeah. This is why you shouldn't ever complain about a build unless you actually are playing a crazy mind game and you want to face it all the time, because I feel like everyone at this point knows that Scarlett doesn't like playing against Glaives.
Oh yeah.
And I'd probably just play 4-gate Glaives against her every time if I was a Protoss.
You're an animal, Path. You're an animal. Oh my god. Depth's gonna be shut down. They do force some lost mine time. They do get 2 worker kills. Oh my god, this is not Glaives. This is not DTs. We're going for a Templar Archives. What?
Oh, yeah, someone was telling me about this. It's like he makes like one Archon and then takes his third and then gets Storm.
Wait. Interesting. I'm curious because I have seen Creator go for a variation of this last season. I remember Creator doing this on, as we are forced to recall that Stalker to the
That's
other side of the
cute.
wall. We do save it. I remember Creator doing this on Altitude, but he made 2 Archons. But if you've specifically heard of this, yeah, we only have 2 High Templar. It's only going to be 1 Archon.
Yeah, at least so far. It's weird. I'm not gonna lie, it's really weird.
Where did you hear about
There we
this?
go.
I'm curious. I
Um,
haven't seen him do this before.
I think Oreo was saying something about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
Alright.
Taking his head.
Yeah, I'm really curious because I have not seen anyone else open quite like this. So I wonder if this is a Gerald special. I wonder if it's a build that has been kind of fermenting and permeating through the European scene. I do know that sometimes Europeans, they do have their own builds and their own play styles as
Yeah.
well. So I'm really curious.
Yeah, I'm expecting I think it's gonna be Storm and then a few more Immortals, and it's gonna be like a Storm Immortal Sentry push.
Okay,
It's weird. Yeah.
So what I like about this, because there are certain builds that are indicative or endemic from certain regions. I think one of them is the Glaive Opener without a robo, which isn't done at all by the Koreans. Likewise, this build that Gerald is doing isn't done at all by the Koreans either. And if Scarlett doesn't play against Gerald specifically or isn't too familiar with the European server, then I like, this is throwing me for a loop, and I wonder
Yeah.
if Scarlett is aware of what's going on.
Well, I mean, there we go. Storm is being started up, and Scarlett is just continuing to make Roaches and Ravagers. She's being a little bit annoying with this small squad of Lings here, but yeah, it looks like it is going to be a commitment to Roaches here. That is how I saw. I think that's how Lambo played against it as well. So, yeah, the blueprint has been set by Lambo. It's just whether Scarlett saw that.
Okay, that is the big question. As for now, Geralt is going to be saturating that third base. Scarlett is droning, making a couple of roaches here and there with that, of course, +1 range on the way. Scarlett is going for a roach-heavy composition, more so the Ling Bane, and we'll see if that's going to be enough to deal with this army, because Storm is on the horizon and Geralt is soon about to push out.
Yeah, he does look like he's getting posed to push out. There's going to be a charge, there's going to be Storm. He's starting to warp in some extra High Templars there, so we'll be beginning to build energy on that. I don't know if the Storm's going to be that effective if it's just roaches. I'm very curious to see how this will work out, because it doesn't feel great so far.
Well, I mean, you're correct in saying that the Storms are not going to do amazingly against roaches, but that's what the Immortals are for, right? We have 3 Immortals.
Yeah.
That's not an insignificant amount of
nothing,
Immortals.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see here how this works. The push has been scattered. Scarlet is aware. We have roaches and Ravagers now on the way. The Queens are coming forward as well to help transfuse.
Yeah, Queen's coming forward. They can push back the Prism as well if they are able to get on top of that. We do see the bars going down, the Storms going in place. There's not that many units here for Scarlett, but there's not that many here for Gerald either.
Yeah, he did end up canceling that warp in before. We have a big Storm on the Queens. They dive on forward. They want the Prism.
Yeah, the Queen's going after the Prism. Zealot's getting on top of them. They will just take out the Prism. That is a huge snipe there for Scarlett, and it was very close.
Yeah, it was very close, and with that, Scarlet will completely shut down this push. You can see that the Storms, they just tickled the roaches, could not deal with them, and Scarlet will hold, and that was a hefty loss for Gerald.
Yeah, big frustration in the camera there for Gerald, knowing that his team was needing him to win both of these games. Not going to be the best feeling, though.
Yeah, we spoke about it before, but the pressure was on Geralt. He needed to 2-0 here to force the ace match to give the rest of his team a chance. And this is just not a good start. Scarlet now going for a big counterattack as well. Roach speed is done. +1 range is kicking in. And now we're pushing on in. Again, the Storm does connect, but it barely does anything to these Roaches.
Yeah, no fear from the Roach Ravager. Is going to be kiting back those Zealots. The Immortals are a little bit scary, especially when they're already bruised up, but I mean, Scarlet's continuing to put pressure on, denying the fourth at the same time with the Lings. That's some beautiful army movement.
Yeah, again, they dive on that 4th base, forcing a cancel, forcing the army to be split up. Now, we have taken 3 Storms to the face, and these Roaches are taking damage here. Finally, some Roaches are going down to the Storms, but that was every Storm spent, and now we have to morph in those High Templar into Archons.
Yeah, and there's just not that many units here for Gerald.
It really isn't. Gerald's fourth base has been denied. It was cancelled. Meanwhile, Scarlett is taking up. We have the Hydra Den already finishing up. We have the Hive on the way and the Lurker Den as well. Scarlett, she's working towards a Hydra, Lurker, Viper army.
Yeah, everything is looking fantastic for the Zerg here. I think Gerald just staying in it because he knows, his team is on their last game, so wants to put in his absolute best chance here to take this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's holding on. He's going to be able to hold on to that third at least. But Scarlett, she rotates around. She wants the fourth base, zoning the army back. The Biles, they connect. They take down a High Templar.
Yeah, nasty Biles. That High Templar just sounded like a cheer from the crowd. Just like, whoa, Biles. I liked it.
And here we go. We do have Scarlett being pushed away. At least the fourth base is going to be kept alive here. Zealot Rambe coming in at the same time, but we have Spine Crawlers in position. The Biles will not connect this time as Geralt is pushing in for, he's going for a counterattack.
Yeah, looks like Gerald feeling the need to force some units out of Scarlet. He's going to be putting the pressure on here. I mean, his micro has been quite good with the Prism and the Immortals. Looks like his base might be going down. The Zealot's starting to overwhelm on that side as well. Could he be starting to make a bit of headway here? I know Scarlet has been a little bit greedy with the droning.
Has been greedy, will lose a hatchery, but Scarlett can afford to lose the fifth base. It's not about the fifth, it is about the main army itself. That's a lot of Zealots, so we're pushing on in, and the Lurker's done already.
Yeah, Zealot's jumping on top of all these units. Good micro so far from Scarlet, but the Storms going down on the Hydra's definitely a little bit scary.
Yeah, we do have some juicy storms, but the Zealot army has been annihilated. We only have the Immortals and the High Templar left. Another warping of Zealots is going to be coming on in, but we're getting on top of the Immortals.
Yeah, the 6 Immortals are standing their ground, but they are starting to go down here. Hydras and Queens doing the best that they can. It is going to be very close, but there is just not enough here for Gerald as that Prism goes down.
Yeah, we deny the warping of Zealots, and it looks like we barely do hold on. Immortals go down. One Immortal will recall back home, but that is the only survivor of this attack.
Yeah, only one Immortal going to be getting home there, and it is not looking great for Gerald here. I mean, he does have his fourth up and running, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah, he does have a decent economy, this is true, but tech-wise, he's struggling. There's no Bay, there's no Disruptors, there's no Sky Toss, there's no good answer to the Lurkers. With this, Scarlet is one step ahead tech-wise, and the quality of Scarlet's army is getting out of control as the Lurkers are finally morphing in, the Vipers are also arriving.
Yeah, I mean, Lurker Viper is going to be extremely hard to deal with here. Unfortunately, a bit of the misrally of those Overlords, so quite a few of those going to be going down. That's it's annoying.
Yeah, quite an amount of Overlords going to be going down. Doesn't barely almost apply. Look, Scarlet here going to be forced to make even more Overlords. Gerald is fighting back, and it's going to take a little bit longer for Scarlet to actually get into her Lurker production, just because she doesn't have a gas bank. She has minerals, but not gas here, so it's going to take a little bit longer to actually rebuild, and Gerald is going to have a chance.
Yeah, nice. The economy is actually pretty close between the two players.
Yeah, definitely. We have a second robo on the way, so we're going to be committing here to Immortal production. Still no base, so without Disruptors, it's still going to be difficult. Even if we had them, though, it would be a tough ask here for a Ground Trust army to deal with Lurkers, especially with those Vipers coming out. But the Roach counterattack does come in, getting quite a number of workers and denying mining time.
Yeah, that's nice. 4 Roach is going to be going down for 4 probes and a bunch of mining time. The Scarlet is starting to set up some static defense. The Lurkers have finally been revealed. They still have their upgrades on the way.
Yeah, the Lungers have arrived. They still need those Hive upgrades, as you were saying, with +3 and Adaptive Talents on the way. The Vipers, likewise, are also arriving in time, looking for those yoinks, looking for those abductions. Up.
Yeah, there we go. The feedbacks will be going down on the Vipers, so Scarlet going to have to be a bit more patient here.
Yeah, he's going to have to go back home. He's going to have to regenerate that energy on those Vipers. So Geralt, he is going to be able to keep up army supply-wise here at least. But this is also when the soup sometimes does lie. The army supplies are close, but pushing into Lurkers is still just going to be brutal here, as we could even try to bypass the Lurkers.
Yeah, Scarlet has been a little bit outpositioned here. She's going to have to be careful with how she crawls up those Lurkers.
Exactly, Scarlet out position. This fourth base is going to be going down once again. Vipers, they do come in. They yoink 1, they yoink 2 Archons, but that's a kill on the hatchery. That's a kill on 13 drones.
Yeah, cute little move to yoink them over the dead space there for that slight little extra bit of distance. And even more Lurkers coming out now, so I wonder what the play is for Scarlett here, because I feel like very defensive play is going to be kind of difficult, seeing as she needs a 5th now.
She does need a 5th. We do have a Zealot warping into the main base, and once again, the Lurkers are out of position. Storms are going to be thrown down, and we may not be able to break the 3rd, but we can actually head towards the 4th. Up!
Yeah, and I'm beginning to be a little bit worried for Scarlett here, as the units of Gerald there getting on top of the Lurkers. The Lurkers are going down.
Oh my god, too many Lurkers are falling. Where is the army? We don't have any support for the Lurkers, not on their own. We are down to only a handful of Immortals. The Lurkers are coming from behind. It's going to be a close hold here from Scarlett. Can she pull it off? She cannot.
Wow. Gee, Gerald pulling back an insane victory there.
GG, well played. In a head-to-head fight, Scarlett would win, but twice there, Gerald, he was able to rotate around, get towards the 5th base, shut it down, and even then, rotating towards the 4th as well, getting a better angle on Scarlett, and she just did not have enough to protect those Lurkers.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure if Scarlett just was teching and making Hydras and droning just a little bit too fast and overestimating how far ahead she was, but I was pretty shocked, honestly, to see Gerald win that one.
Yeah, GG, the comeback was real, and you could see Gerald popping off as well in those last moments. Just a massive sigh of relief. You were talking about it. There is a lot of pressure on Gerald to win this 2-0, and that is the first step in favor of Gerald. Oh my god. I do also think that it was a little bit brutal to morph in so many Lurkers as well. Just not having, I'm not saying like the Hydras are the best buffer unit, but the Lurkers, they do need support. They do need something alongside them, whether it's Ling Bane, Roach Hydra, something between themselves and the Protoss army, and they were so exposed.
Yeah, it just seemed like a bit of an odd play to make when you're already economically down, but either way, next map here is going to be Equilibrium. I guess that's Scarlett's pick. So yeah, looks like the Zergs are favoring this map.
Oh yeah. Every single Zerg player, they have been picking Equilibrium if they do take a loss, for good reason. So Scarlett looking to bounce back in this series. Again, she only needs one more win here to take it all, and we'll see how fast we take the gold. That's what we're going to be looking at least.
Yeah, I mean, Lambo took it as a natural, and that worked out pretty well.
Yeah, it did. It did work out quite well for Lambo, so we'll see if Scarlett can follow suit, and we'll see if Gerald can punish that goal base once it is taken, as we are getting ready for that second game. Again, Scarlett needs to win this to win it for her team. Otherwise, if Gerald takes this, then we force the ace match.
Hey, straight into it. As in the top right-hand corner, this is Scarlett for the Shopify Rebellion.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have Gerald for PSISTORM Gaming. Here we go. And again, yeah, I was pleasantly surprised seeing the opener of Gerald, seeing him go for something that I haven't personally seen before. Meanwhile, Scarlett is going for that gold as a natural.
Love it.
Yeah.
Do you know that Scarlett and Lambo do like to talk about strategy, so it's possible that they have discussed this before and are going to be doing pretty similar things on this map.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, hey, Lambo, he was able to weather the storm. Even in the previous series, Lambo versus MaxPax, even with MaxPax going for some unscattered Glaive Adepts as a follow-up, Lambo was able to defend and minimize losses as well. To be fair, a lot of that did come down to, if you remember, Lambo was able to scout the Adepts on MaxPax's side of the map, and that's what Scarlett's going to have to be reliant on, especially if Geralt is going to respond aggressively to this.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know, Adept all-ins don't seem like the most Gerald thing to do. I feel like he does tend to go for more defensive plays into simpler all-ins, but you never know.
I love the comment in the chat. Kura's letting the people know. We'll never know. KJ went to find out what happened to the room last week, and we haven't heard from him. True, he's disappeared. KJ is missing.
He's now in that room.
He's either lost in the room or they're not letting him leave. He can't reveal the secrets, Bobby. Smooch. Yeah, no transfer actually. No main out of workers. What food does Equilibrium remind you of?
Hmm. Like a butterflied chicken breast.
Okay. I can dig it. What are you doing with it though? Are you making like
Or
schnitzel? Oh,
a banana split.
a banana split? What?
Yeah, with peanuts.
A banana? Where's the banana?
It just is. You gotta feel these things sometimes.
You gotta feel the. Okay. I see. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
I've never had a banana split before. Never had it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're good. It's one of those things where like the more toppings you add to it, the better it gets. So you like start with the banana, and then you put like ice cream, and then you put chocolate sauce, and then you put peanuts, and then you put caramel,
Yeah.
and you put, I don't know, what else would you put? Sprinkles.
Sprinkles, yeah. Whipped cream.
Have you put ground coffee on ice cream before?
Oh my god, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, that's good. It's a bit degenerate, but it's really good.
I was about to say, like the amount of caffeine that you're gonna be getting into yourself that sounds wild.
It's not that bad.
As Gerald is going for a Twilight Council opener, so an aggressive opener here from Gerald, which was pointed out. I was going to start speculating, whether we were going to be seeing another Temple Archives opener or even a Glaive at Eps, but no, it is going to be a Dark Shrine this time.
Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
Does it?
we'll see how this does piece together. So it's going to be DTs initially. There is no spore at the gold. There is a spore in the main base. So far, Scarlett has not been able to scout this build. She has not been able to scout the tech. But there we go. We have another spore on the way, and I believe it is at the gold.
Nice. And there's a lair on the way too. I think we should be okay.
Yeah, and these DTs, they shouldn't be able to do too much damage, but it's not about the Dark Templar doing damage. As we all know, there's kind of layers here to this build, and if the DTs fail to kill workers, it's okay. If they survive, they can be morphed into Archons, and we can look to hunt down more workers, queens, and even overlords.
Layers, like a banana split.
Like a banana, yeah. Layer me fast.
Oh, they're invisible. I didn't see them.
They were invisible, as we do get one roach before dipping on out of there. Again, Scarlett's not fully aware of the build of choice. Oh, a little bit supply blocked. 8 overlords on the way. We'll break free from this, though, as back at home, Gerald, he goes for a delayed third base, is going for a faster robotics bay instead.
Yeah, nice job by Scarlett using those extra lings just to deny the third there. Don't really need to be losing those to DTs on her side of the map. And Gerald, going to be pretty heavily delayed on taking that.
Yeah, stuck on 2 bases. We do have a bit of a gateway explosion on the way from Gerald just to spend his resources, but he should be looking to expand momentarily. Should be a regular third base. Taking the gold is just a risky maneuver here from the Protoss, especially with the massive amount of lings that Scarlett has. Going to be a tough thing to do as we take the triangular third instead.
Yeah, there we go. Extra base going to be going on down. And we've got that Robo Bay on the way as well, so it's going to be that Disruptor Drop follow-up, which is, pretty common after this sort of play. But Scarlett being so active is stopping Gerald from being more harassing, from getting that kind of momentum going that you were talking about before.
Yeah, exactly. These Archons, they've just been struggling to really trade here as we are heading towards the center of the map. We're looking for any kind of Pigos, but Scarlett is able to keep up with the movement here of Gerald. As the Roach Army is amassing. Scarlett, she's cutting workers here at 46.
Yeah, looks like it is going to be a massive roach attack, so a lot of this is going to come down to just how good the disruptor shots are.
Yeah, it's going to be all about the Purification Novas. They are the great equalizers. If we get some good Novas, then maybe Geralt can hold, but here we go. The mass roach push is upon us. It's a massive 3-base all-in from Scarlett with a boosted economy because of the gold base, because of the Rift Vespene gas geysers as well, and Geralt, he has to hold.
Yeah, there we go. Roach speed going to be kicking in. That's going to help with dodging those disruptor shots. And here comes the first couple.
Up!
Oof.
And so far, some massive connections. The first one was insane. The second one, a little bit less so, but regardless, some big connections here. We do have a shield battery overcharge, keeping one of the Archons alive, just barely. And so far, Geralt, he hasn't sustained too many losses other than that one Archon.
Yeah, the roaches are bleeding out fast here, so Scarlett is going to have to get some damage on these drones ASAP if she wants to get this done, as the next disruptor does come on in, takes out a few more roaches though.
Oh my god, more roaches are going to be going down. The disruptors, they barely do survive as well. Lings are coming in for a surround. The roaches, they do break into the third base, forcing a recall, and it looks like Scarlett, she has broken the third.
Yeah, third base does get cleaned up. It should be going down.
It should go down. The Archon doing what they can, but yeah, Gerald, he cannot vie for control of that expansion of that third base. And even though Scarlett took some pretty nasty Novas to the face, it's just too much. You can see Gerald looking a little bit upset there on cams, just could not hold on.
Yeah, couldn't hold on. I mean, Scarlett was very all in, so it might not be over yet.
Yeah, as you were saying, Scarlett, she doesn't have the greatest economy behind this, but now we have a fourth base. We're actually double expanding. We're taking a fourth and a fifth at the same time. So is Gerald, by the way. He's also double expanding, taking the gold.
Yeah, I mean, I really like this play from Gerald. Just going for the quick double expand, knows that he is pretty far behind. His only real chance here is, Scarlett just getting a little bit complacent. Beautiful splits.
Oh, the splits, Boppy. Let's go. Roach is able to avoid disaster with that Purification Nova, and we're just going to be waiting to amass into the army, plus on ranges on the way. Scarlett still has not seen where the bases have been taken, so if Scarlett is too passive, then maybe Gerald can come back in this game, as Scarlett is going to be taking on up into an infestation bit into, I imagine, a hive.
Ooh, just going to be going for that extra little bit of scouting there. Going heavily into Roach-Rav, and there we go. The hive is on the way. Once she does spot out those bases, I think if she spots it, it's a double expansion. She might want to put some aggression on herself, but I mean, things are looking pretty good back home.
Yeah, the purpose of this hive is going to be for Vipers. Really, the big thing, the most crucial aspect of Gerald's army are the disruptors, and Vipers are going to be just a secure way to shut them down and to really just clean up that army. Meanwhile, a DT counterattack is going to get a kill on this hatchery.
Yeah, really nice use of those DTs from earlier.
Yeah, very nicely done. At the same time, a big roach counterattack though, and the gold base is under fire, and oh my god, a massive connection!
Oh, absolutely brutal. These disruptors doing nasty amounts of damage.
Yeah, it's still not quite enough to come back, but that was a big connection on the army of Scarlett. And if that does occur a couple more times, then this could be this could be a comeback for Geralt, as he does go for a DT drop here, and there is no dissection, there's no spores.
Yeah, Gerald is doing everything right here, and this is starting to get a little bit scary for Scarlett. But she is, really healthy on the workers here, almost completely maxed out again. Doing pretty well overall.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Geralt, it's impressive what he's being able to get done. It's just that Scarlett's so far ahead, right? It's just, this is good stuff. And hey, if Scarlett hadn't killed the third base, if she wasn't at such a supply lead, then we would see a closer game here. But Geralt, he still needs more done.
Yeah, there you go. DTs are starting to fall here. Scarlett just slightly repositioning those units. Good reactions from Gerald. Isn't going to be letting those links into the main.
Yeah, going to be able to clean up a lot of links here at the natural base. The Roach army is amassing. Now, what's important here is that Scarlett is about to max out. That is true, but the supply is inflated because it is pure Roach Ravager, but there are Vipers. So even though the Disruptors have been insane, the Vipers have arrived, and once they hit the field, they can yoink and shut down those Disruptors.
Yeah, looks like Scarlett's going to have a way to save herself from these nasty Disruptor shots of Gerald.
Exactly. That's the hope, at least, as we do manage to try to outposition Geralt a little bit. Roaches are getting picked off for free, so good pickoffs here from Geralt overall, as he doesn't sustain many losses of his own. Charge is still on the way, +2 as well for those Zealots. Scarlett taking up even further, working on Adrenal, and still focusing on a Roach-heavy army.
Yeah, Gerald actually going for Storm again, which is kind of interesting. I feel like it's not something we see heaps in this matchup, especially against Roach Ravager.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe Gerald just thinking a little bit further ahead because it's Roach Ravager into Ultras. Oh my god, and Storms are going to do even less against them. But really interesting composition here from Scarlett, as she is going to be moving out. The Vipers, they are full of energy. We are ready to yoink.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to help a lot with the Disruptors, but here we go. Gerald going for a big warp into the Zealots, into the main here. Slow Zealots, but Zealots nonetheless.
Nova's going to be going off, and they do catch the Ravager. Oh my, the feedbacks! Oh my god!
Every Ravager goes down, and the feedbacks on the Vipers. Incredible fight for Gerald. I mean, Scarlett almost maxed out once again, but that could not have gone worse.
Yeah,
goodness.
This could not have gone better for Gerald. He completely cleans up the army, is going to be losing some probes, unfortunately, and he may even be forced to cancel this base, but that was the best fight that Gerald could have hoped for.
Yeah, absolutely brutal stuff from Gerald there. And Scarlett's gonna have to be careful. She can't afford to have too many more losses like that.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like a couple of bad trades here and there, Scarlett can afford it. You know, it's okay. You know, like we mentioned before, like Gerald, he's had some really good moments, but he needs to keep that going. Maybe one or two more good fights, and Gerald, he can swing this in his favor. Like he's not out of this yet.
He really isn't. I mean, I was kind of memeing and doing the caster thing before, but I actually kind of believe now.
No, yeah, I could hear the smudge, Poppy. You're like, oh, it's over, Poppy. He's just playing the game. But at the same time, like, mate, it's Protoss, Poppy. You know, the the Cobium can turn into Hobium, can turn into reality. And so far, the Zealots are going to be keeping Scarlett busy back at home. Geralt is getting up to a 5 base economy, is soon to be maxing out himself, getting into disruptors. 2 more robots are on the way for, I imagine, mass immortal production. That's a big thing that's missing. If we can get into triple immortal production, then we can deal so well with both roaches and ultras.
Yeah, I'm not loving Scarlett's position anymore.
Oh my god! I mean, she's still in a leading position. To be fair, roach counterattack is going to get
Yeah.
spotted, and these roaches are going to go down.
Yeah, good warp ins there. Really nice force field too. So even more losses for Scarlett. I have seen a lot of roaches going down in some pretty ugly ways in this game.
No! Oh my god, the Nova!
Yeah, speaking of.
Massive Novas on the Roach Army once again. We do have a power bomb on that War Prism, but it should run out, and the Prism will survive. And yeah, that's another good couple of trades here for Geralt, and he is evening up the supply.
Yeah, he's evening up the supply, and his army is of a very nice quality here. So things are looking a little bit scary here for Scarlett.
Yeah, and there it is, 3 Immortals. With that triple red production, 3 Immortals at a time. And the Immortals, they're good against all things Zerg, against Roaches and Ultras, which happen to be Scarlet's main army. Meanwhile, are we going to get caught out of position? Scarlet's main army has not been spotted by Geralt.
Yeah, and she's got Neural in the way, and Neural's going to be fantastic against Mass Immortal.
It will be, again, that's going to be the saving grace for Scarlet. The Ultras, they haven't spotted. As Geralt is going to be dragged towards the north, we have a massive Roach counterattack towards the south. We may even force a recall, or do we commit?
Yeah, Lynx comes streaming in. There is going to be a shield battery overcharge, and the +3 attack goes down, so that's a nice pick off.
Yeah, that's pretty impactful. +3 is going to be denied. We are camping the production. The Robo is going to go down as well. Only 2 Robos available here. We're trying to get the 3rd Robo. Up.
Oh, it's going to be very close. It looks like that 3rd rover should just go down. So nice little pickoffs there for Scarlett. That was actually quite a lot of key tech.
Yeah, that was denying +3, that was denying 2 Robos, and that will cripple the Immortal production of Geralt. That is very impactful, especially considering the Scarlet is making 5 more Ultras.
Yeah. Just continued commitment into Ultras here. And Geralt throwing down Stargates instead. I feel like that's quite a misread of the situation.
Kind of. I mean, if we go triple Stargate into Void Rays, I mean, we're gonna be looking good. Nothing shoots up, Pappy. Nothing shoots up. But it's gonna take a while to get into that. And here we go. Geralt is gonna be pushing across the map. He's trying to transition into Skytoss. After this, he still has a hefty army to hunch supply.
Yeah, certainly a scary moment here for Scarlett with all those disruptors. The yoinks on those Vipers are going to have to be really on point, but Gerald's doing such a good job of zoning that out.
Oh, 2 Ultras go down immediately. Storms as well. Big feedbacks here on the Vipers. The Storms, they blanket the army as well, but do we have enough? The Neurals come in.
Oh, this does not feel like a good fight for Scarlett.
Not a good fight at all. The Infestors, they go down. The Ultras are falling as well. And Geralt is taking a massive fight. The comeback is real. He was dead, Poppy. He was down, what, 90, 80, 90 supply like a couple of minutes ago, and now he's in this.
Yeah, I can't really believe what's happening here. And I mean, Scarlett, neither. She takes her hand off the keyboard. Is kind of trying to work out where it all went wrong. And I mean, it's not going to help with the tilt against Protoss, is it?
It is not. As Zealots are wreaking havoc towards the south, base is going to be going down. Geralt, he's snowballing out of control. Behind this, he could be working towards Void Rays, but alas, he does not need them as he's pushing towards that natural base. We have Ultras on the way, but against the Immortals, against all these disruptors, I'm not really seeing how they can work. The Novas go off.
Oh, massive Novas once again. I mean, Geralt has just been getting dream fight after dream fight. This one in particular, not quite ideal, but he might just have the numbers that it doesn't matter. GG is called. Gerald with another impossible comeback.
GG. Oh, GG. Well played. The power of Protoss. As Gerald was dead in the water. Let's be real here. I mean, there's a reason why the smudge was coming out of the castle a little bit. It was like, mate, Gerald, he's down to 2 bases. He's down in the economy. He's down in all aspects, but he was able to trade well enough, get some amazing trades, some amazing fights, and he came back.
Yeah, there you go. Gerald gets a 2-0 against Scarlett. It kind of feels like a 4-0 in some ways. Like that was brutal comebacks in both cases there. But it means we get more StarCraft.
Yeah, we were talking about it. You know, Gerald, he has been on the rise recently. He has been really looking so in form in the past couple of months leading into ESL Masters Winter. He is really coming into his own, and GG, very well played. A big shout to Gerald, especially like mental wise, like to be in such a difficult position, to be stuck on 2 bases against soon to have been a 5-base Zerg player. Like, it is so difficult to actually maintain your composure and actually fight back as hard as possible and come back in that moment. So really well done by Gerald.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a crazy game, but now I'm kind of feeling that we might be getting ByuN versus MaxPax.
Oh yeah, I mean, to finish up talking about that previous best of 2, we are now here in the ace match. Gerald has done it. He has given his team a chance. And now it comes down to one best of one final game here between Shopify and PSISTORM Gaming. Both teams, they have a couple of moments here to decide who comes out as the ace.
True. It's the double secret elimination boss battle final victory dance for all the marbles.
It's the final countdown, Bobby. The final countdown is upon us, and as you mentioned, on paper, it should be ByuN versus MaxPax. That should be the matchup, unless we have another player that feels like they can take it to the ace player. We can maybe see a snipe, you know. Is there a world where maybe Spirit wants revenge? And he's like, no. Put me in for a TVT. I can take down ByuN on Alkione. I believe I have what it takes. Or likewise, is there someone on Shopify? You know, does Lambo speak up? Does he say, hey, I took down MaxPax earlier, let me do it again, let me come at MaxPax myself? You know, there's opportunity for snipe play.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, if Lambo has a ZVP snipe on this map, wouldn't be a bad pick at all.
Yeah, especially on a map like Alkione, where there's another goal base. It's a little bit out of the way, definitely, but it is possible to take advantage of. There's also the Vishvesting Gas Geyser base on the top left. If Lambo does have a specialized build, then he could come out swinging here to try to snipe MaxPax. That is just a very unique scenario, though. Like, again, if he doesn't, then we should be seeing ByuN. You know, it's like it does depend on preparation and if they have anything special in store. Like Stormhost again.
Yeah, true. Did you ever play like single player arcade games, like at the arcades?
Single player arcade games?
Yeah, like ones where you basically have to go up like a ladder of opponents. Like I remember Street Fighter was like that. You'd face like really easy AI, and then the AI would get harder and harder until you're facing like actual boss battles.
I mean, I'll be honest, like when I went to the arcade, I usually go with friends and we just like play like the shooters, like Time Crisis or like House of the Dead or stuff like that, or like House of the Dead was basically like Resident Evil.
I remember that one.
Yeah,
it was the one that had like the curtains.
Yeah.
It looks really scary. I was like, nah, not about it.
What else? Like this, like the racing games, like not Tokyo Drift. What's it? Initial D? Initial D. Let's go.
Oh yeah. There's another one. Daytona. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. But yeah, that was my arcade life as well. Oh my god, it's crazy. It's happening.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We do have the snipe coming out from Lambo. It's cool.
Here we go. So on paper, the ace players are ByuN and MaxPax. This is true. This is what we admitted ourselves. But there is potential here because these picks are so obvious. We could try to snipe those players. And Lambo coming in here, it must be because he has something special in store for MaxPax. It has to be, right?
Or ByuN went to bed.
It's true, or ByuN went to bed. We could be reading too much into it, and ByuN, it is a little bit late in Korea. I think it's midnight in Korea. There's no other tournaments going on for ByuN, so there's not an event that he's playing in, but he could be in bed. He could be in bed.
Jealous.
Are you jealous, Papi? Aren't you excited to join me here on the sardine map?
Oh, is this the sardine map?
think
No, isn't the sardine map isn't that Radisset?
No, that's like the cinnamon roll, the cinnamon map, right? With the custard.
Oh. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I guess this map is a stinky one.
Okay. I'm trying to relate to you, Papi, and you're not helping. I didn't even know what you're talking about.
Oh, he
What
said that, yeah.
but-
Crazy.
Oh my god.
That was the Aldi chat. I feel like we didn't finish talking about Aldi.
We didn't. Look, there's a lot that we probably shouldn't keep talking about. There's
No, I like thinking about it. I like thinking about the tool set. It's like a random 500 piece tool set. That's like
Yeah.
the best tool set you can buy. It's
Yeah.
like $20. And it's
Yeah.
right in the middle of the thing. And there's
That's
3 of them. And you have to fight all of the dads for them.
How about the next time I go to Melbourne, we can go to Aldi. All right, we can share a banana split. We can
Okay. Sure.
You can put your coffee on it, Bobby. You can put your coffee on it. We can you know what, we'll even add some sardines as well. It'll be
And
beautiful.
we can eat it inside a tent that we buy from Aldi.
Yeah. We'll build the tent with a tool set.
Actually, I remember there was one time they had ski gear, and it got really busy because I used to live like a few houses up from an Aldi, and I remember they got slammed on this day because they had ski gear, and it was like getting near to ski season, and people came from far and wide to buy like ski goggles, or like
Oh my
hats,
god.
or like under things. You know, the like skivvies that we wear.
Yeah.
Under? Oh, so
Here's
it's like
what-
a pumpkin.
In the bottom left hand corner, we have for Shopify Lambo.
And in the top right here for PSISTORM, this is MaxPax. Yeah, I changed my mind. This is a pumpkin map.
What are you talking about? How is this a pumpkin?
Because of the orange.
Also, I think what?
Yeah, I don't know.
We're going for the gold. It's happening.
Oh. Yeah, okay.
Okay, here we go. So to wind it back here, if you're tuning in, if you maybe missed some of the earlier matches, Lambo was able to pop off against MaxPax on Equilibrium by taking a fast goal base, by not being punished, and by actually punishing MaxPax for not being able to accomplish too much with a glaive that follow-up. Meanwhile, the probe does check, does confirm, and does see the hatchery.
Yeah, okay. So MaxPax sees it again. I think he sees it a little bit earlier than last time. But Lambo, as you were saying, had pretty good success already going for gold-based builds. I feel like this is, the kind of strategy, these kind of prepared builds are what he's really good at. And I'm sure he has something different to last game this time as well.
100%, especially with the goal basis early on. There we go. We're going to be made-outing over. This could even lead into a faster all-in. This could lead into aggression from Lambo. If you remember the previous time, it was just to get into the mid-game and snowball out of control in the mid-game instead. So there are options available here for Lambo. Meanwhile, a big shout-out to Rodin18 in the chat. Thank you so much for subscribing. Ga, papi, ga. We appreciate the support. Gracias.
I'm going to spend all that money on bananas. And I'm going to put the bananas on my top shelf. I'm going to put them next to the avocado that I also bought because I read that bananas and avocados should go next to each other. They help each other ripen, and they're both going to go bad.
Oh my god. Have you made your own guacamole before? Like what are you doing with the what do you plan to do with the avocado?
It's not going to eat it. I just keep buying them and they just keep going bad.
What's wrong with
I
you?
don't know. I don't know. I
You're
can't
like,
stop.
You're like, I just really like seeing an avocado on the shelf, and I just put it there, and it just looks like it should be there.
I just walk into the supermarket with all these hopes and dreams of, doing something with the avocado, but we both know it's not going to happen. Like the avocado knows too. It's tragic. It comes into the house just like, why are you doing this to me?
You're like,
You've broken your promises before.
So I just want you to eat me. I just want to be inside you. and you just forget about me. You throw me away. Smoke.
Yeah, they just kind of they sit next to each other, and then we forget, and then we throw them out.
Feels bad, man. As we get into this game, we do see MaxPax again attempting to punish his opponent. It is going to be Glaive Adepts. Now, in the previous game, it was a Stargate opener into a third into Glaives. This time, it's a straight-up Twilight Council opener. This is going to hit harder. This is going to get faster, but it is also completely scattered.
Yeah, okay. So this is going to be, I think it's 3-gate glaives. MaxPax sometimes will do this into a third base and then to a 6-gate all-in, or into a, what's the thing? Disruptor drop. There's a few different options from here. He doesn't have to commit.
He doesn't have to, but there is a robo with this, so it's going to be with a War Prism, and there we go. We have additional gateways on the way, a massive gateway explosion. That is a 6-gate Glaive Adepts, Papi.
Yeah, so this is completely all in, and I do know that Lambo in the past has struggled a little bit with these builds. It's going to be really hard to defend as well, just because that gold base, it's so far away from the other bases. He's trying to link it with creep, but he's not going to have much time.
Exactly. Now, to put things into context, for those that are maybe curious, typically Glaive Adept openers, they're standard with 4 gateways, and it's just designed to cripple the economy and to get into a third base. But the Overlord is coming back in for a follow-up scout, and we do get eyes on the additional gateways.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so Lambo's got the information. Will he be able to use it?
Yeah, exactly, because this is an all-in at a MaxPax. We have Roaches, Lings on the way, no Spine Crawlers, which is a little bit risky, especially considering that these bases are so far apart. The first Shade is going to be coming in, but we are in position, and we are throwing down a Dark Shrine. We're just doubling down here for MaxPax.
Yeah, cool. I mean, it makes sense. Got to have a next step, because these steps have been spotted.
True.
And I actually like it. I mean, I don't think there's going to be spores coming out from Lambo. Why would there?
As you're saying, so MaxPax, because he knows he got scouted, he does pivot away from the 6-gate all-in and going for DTs. And because it's 6 gateways, ideally as a Zerg player at this level, you want to cut corners, you want to be as efficient as possible. There is no reason to make spores, and that may just kill Lambo.
Yeah, I'm definitely worried. I mean, he's got to be a bit sus that his commitment is late. Oh, he stops the warp in as well. Nice. But I wonder if MaxPax was faking that.
Yeah, I am curious here. As MaxPax, he's feigning aggression, he's poking, he's prodding, he's not committing, and still 0 spores, no lair either here out of Lambo. The Shades are looking to commit, but no, we just fake out on the Shades, and we're just biding time here for that Dark Shrine to finish. Spores!
Oh, spores. Yes, there we go. Nice one, Lambo.
Oh my god, he hasn't scouted it, but as you mentioned, because this has taken so long, something is wrong. Something is clearly wrong. Why are we not committing? Why are we not going for additional warp ins? DTs are coming in, but the spores are going to finish up just in time.
Yeah, very clever. Speaking of clever, though, I love the way MaxPax is hiding that movement.
Yeah, exactly. He's going to be out positioning his opponent a little bit. 1 DT goes out. We go for the surround as well. The Biles are looking to connect, and these Adepts are going to be falling.
Yeah, very interesting play from both players. Lambo committing on this, but MaxPax are also using those DTs to thin out the army rather than to try to jump on drones. That's very interesting.
Yeah, because of that wasn't a bad trade. The DTs, they put in a lot of work. They killed so many Roaches, and MaxPax is transitioning. He's expanding behind this. Now, it's a late third base, and MaxPax did commit so much to this build, but so far he's trading well.
Yeah, I actually don't hate MaxPax's position here. Yeah. He's done pretty good work here to get himself out of a nasty position.
He really has. I mean, he's up in workers. He's up 10 workers compared to Lambo. Lambo, he cut drones very early on, but now we're getting back into droning. A lair is on the way. Without a lair, we can't really counterattack. We don't have roach speed, and we're even bleeding out a couple of roaches.
Yeah, I mean, Lambo needs to be careful. This is no joke.
This is no joke, and even though MaxPax didn't get the damage that even though he didn't kill his opponent, he's still been able to trade well, and again, he's transitioning out of this. We have Immortal Production, Charge on the way, a Forge for +1 as well, and Lambo's being kept busy here in between his bases.
I mean, Lambo sees the third. That's pretty important, but MaxPax, as you're saying, keeping him really busy, being really active with these Adepts, with the DTs as well, actually clearing out all the creeps through the center as well. Yeah. This feels good for MaxPax.
It does. There is an Overseer on the way. There's no anti-air, so finally with the Overseer, we can collapse on this army. We can clean this up. Lambo can deal with the Adepts at least, but they do commit to the Shade, and they're going for some drone kills.
Yeah, there's going to be more drones going down. The DTs get saved on top of that. They're going to be going after Queens as well. MaxPax just being so annoying here.
He really is. He gets 4 workers. He almost gets a queen. He's just buying so much time with this army. Eventually, he's going to be cleaned up, but those DTs, they can be morphed into Archons, and they can come back in for even more damage.
Yeah, I mean, Adept's even getting out of there. That's just crazy. And the +1 of Lambo, it's going to be on the way now. But I feel like in terms of tech, he's a little bit behind where MaxPax is at.
He is. MaxPax, he's running away with this back at home, and Lambo, he's stuck defending. He's just stuck defending here, stuck between these bases, keeping up with the Prism. We do have an infestation bit on the way, so thankfully Lambo is continuing to tech, and he is droning quite heavily. He could potentially try to punish the third, but especially on this map on Alcyone, it is very difficult to push into a third base, especially as a Zerg.
Yeah, MaxPax getting aggressive too, and all this creep that's being cleared out is really hurting Lambo.
Well, it really is, and the charge has completed. We're diving in already. Bailingness is done, but where are the Bailings?
Yeah, I mean, charge first without that rage speed, it's pretty brutal. A lot of those zealots have been shaved off already, though, so not the best start to the fight for MaxPax.
Yeah, it really is, and the Zealots are all going down. The Immortals are putting in a lot of work. We have another wave of Zealots behind this, and MaxPax, he's looking to snowball out of control. He's looking to try to break through this army.
Yeah, big warp in there. Nice micro from MaxPax, just pulling back to the Prism so he can save those Archons.
One Archon is going to be going down. 2 Archons even. We're going to be kiting back here up the ramp towards that 4th base. The Immortals are gaining ground.
The Zealots go down. The Archons are hurt. The Immortals, though, they are breaking on through. 4 Immortals just smashing through this roach count. Very aggressive warp in on the front doorstep of Lambo. GG is called, and MaxPax making the impossible happen.
GG, well played. MaxPax, insane, going for 6 gate glaives into DTs. It was scouted, there were spores ready just in time, and it still wasn't enough. Oh my god, MaxPax will win it all here for PSISTORM Gaming.
Yeah, and that is an unbelievable comeback for PSISTORM there.
Insane, mate. We had the Protoss players from PSISTORM pop off tonight. Both MaxPax and Gerald. We had insane games. Remember, even before the Gerald series, the comeback from MaxPax on Radisset Station was wild. And even here on Alcyone as well, for MaxPax to be able to take advantage of the stationary detection of just trying to take these trades and these fights in between the bases, pull Lambo apart, trade well, and transition out of it. Very well done by MaxPax.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you guys, if anyone missed that first game between Lambo and MaxPax, my memory does suck. But despite that, I'm going to say game of the year.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. It was everything we ever wanted. It was beautiful what we saw on Radisset Station, and I highly recommend checking out the VODs. I'm sure that plenty of other content creators are going to be jumping on that series as well. You know, players, even like people like Loco and Winter and Hearthstone and all that. I'm sure they're going to be all over that in the coming days, in the coming weeks. So yeah, keep an eye out for that because it was crazy.
Yeah, get it here first. Yeah, in the VODs.
Let's go. With that, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. That is going to be the end of WTL Round 6, the end of the week here for our tournament. And we are soon going to get an eye on the standings because I feel like we need that update at the end of each week. We do see how the updated standings do look like because we are reaching that halfway mark. It is, I think, 11 weeks in total, if I'm not mistaken, 11 weeks. And this is week 6 in the book.
Yeah, we are really getting into the business end of this. It's kind of crept up on me this time around.
Yeah, exactly. We are past the halfway mark, and there it is. There are the standings. We have Onside at the very top of the standings, alongside Team Basilisk. No surprise, they are the top 2 teams from the last season in WTL Summer, followed by Shopify. I mentioned before, Shopify have been doing very well this season compared to last. They are at number 3, even with the loss, followed by Team Liquid, PSISTORM, and DKZ as number 6.
Yeah, kind of crazy though to see Shopify, Liquid, and PSISTORM, all teams that were kind of fighting for that 6th and 7th spot last time around, ahead of DKZ, which are usually, favorites to be in the grand final.
100%. So a really big shakeup here of the hierarchy of teams over the course of WTL, of World Team League. And then, of course, we have the 7th to 12th teams, which have been struggling a little bit more. The big surprise is both Kwangdong Freaks and Mystery Gaming. Fun fact, yesterday was the first win for Mystery Gaming. They beat Team Liquid as well. Oh, the Ubu.
Oh, hello.
She's gonna step on us. I'm not just saying that; it's gonna happen.
Oh, really?
But
I look forward to
as Mr. Gaming, they got their first win yesterday, and that was a big surprise here. They have been struggling, and maybe it was just in my dreams that there was no stepping. It's
There
a
are two
different ad.
versions of that.
There was no stepping at all. Why? What have you been watching?
I'll link you later, Papi.
What?
I'll link you later. We can. You know what?
Okay.
If you want, we can watch it while we eat that banana split. We can.
Okay.
Yeah. we can enjoy each other.
Oh my god. The self-report.
But yeah, Mystery Gaming and the Quantum Freaks, they have been struggling a lot this season, and it's been a bit of a surprise. You know, they have a lot of top tier players, they have a lot of power in their team, but they just have been really struggling here, and it's gonna be on the next couple of weeks. They need to turn it on, they need to bring it back here and now, otherwise they will not make it into the playoffs.
Yeah, the Boomers got to pick up the pace.
Yeah, they really do. With that, though, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I know that we had an abundance of viewers this week, and usually people do tune into Wardy or Rotterdam, but I think they're both casting ESL Masters, so we had some newer viewers coming in. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. If you're curious, here on the CranKy Ducklings, we do cast on a daily basis, every single day, multiple times a day. Fun fact, this was our 4th broadcast today. I think, or 3rd.
Yo.
Yeah, that ours, puppy, ours. This morning we were casting the Tenacious Troll Tussle. Sorry, it was yesterday we were casting KSL, and we were co-streaming ESL Masters, and we were casting WTL, and we cast a lot on this channel. We put in a lot of work, and if you're interested, you can follow us. We have a Twitter, we have a Facebook, we have a YouTube, we have a Discord, we have an Instagram, all things CranKy Ducklings. We've been casting for many, many years, and we have been experiencing a bit of a growth spurt over the past maybe 2 months, which we do appreciate. We do appreciate the people that have been finding us for the first time, so thank you so much. We were also the B stream for ESL Masters Winter, so you may recognize us from the B stream as we were casting there on that channel a couple of days ago. And yeah, welcome everyone. Hope you're all enjoying your stay. And thank you so much, Asher, for joining me today as well. Thank you.
No problem. I will sleep well.
I'll link you that stepping video. Don't worry about it. And with that, Asher, why don't you let the people know a little bit more about yourself? I know you haven't been streaming. You've been touching a lot of grass recently, unfortunately. But you know what? One day you're not going to touch the grass. One day you're going to be live again. And if you are, where can we find?
So many inappropriate jokes about what I've been doing. Well, yes. When I finally get my OBS scenes again, maybe I will stream something. That's the best I can give you. Maybe I can stream the rotting avocado on my shelf.
Oh, you do it like a time lapse. You know how there are those time lapse videos? Yeah.
Sure.
You can.
Do things grow out of avocados if you leave them for long enough? Because I don't like that. I don't like when they have like the little spouts that come out.
Oh, you don't want an avocado tree in your apartment? You don't?
No. Not really.
You know what you should do? You should have a race. You should buy an avocado. You should buy a banana, and you can you can race them to see who ripens.
See which one kills me first. Which spore will be the most powerful?
Oh no. Not like this. Not like this. You're an animal. But yeah, with that, yeah, you can check out Asher on his channel. You can check out myself on not just Asher, but also Rufus, the lovely cat. You saw him earlier.
Be somewhere around here.
Yeah. He just wants food. But if you want to tune into myself, I am live over on my personal channel, light_VIP. I try and stream whenever I can, but we have been quite busy casting over the past month. I've been casting just so much here on the channel, so I just haven't had the luxury of streaming too often. But whenever we take a break, whenever we have some days to ourselves, I will be streaming over on my channel, just some cheeky ladder. Nothing too crazy, you know, maybe some Diablo with Asher, maybe or some other games. And yeah, if you enjoyed us, check out all of our social media. CranKy Ducklings all over the place. Stick around. We're going to be giving another streamer a raid we'll find someone to give our love to, someone to support. So check them out over on Twitch. Big shout out to Kuro, who's handling the production. And if you want some more CranKy Duckling action, we're going to be live soon, TM. Our next big broadcast is tomorrow, ESL Open Cup Asia. That is in less than 24 hours. But ESL Masters Americas is in how many hours? Let me see. ESL Masters Americas is in 3 hours time. We are going to be live in 3 hours time, co-streaming ESL. So if you are interested, there we go. We're live in 3 hours.
I laugh, but you did wake up like a few hours ago. I think you'll be okay.
Yeah. For this reason. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time. Until then.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye.